Yo, guys, welcome to Gold 1 Terran. Oh my god. We're continuing our macro quest to GM, currently in Gold 1, soon to be Platinum. What are we doing again? We're doing all the things we've done before in Gold 2, Gold 3, all those concepts, but now we're going to add another new concept to it. And what are we going to add in? Something super simple. It might be hard for you, but watch. Mineral, mine. Or what I did was I made an SCV and I grabbed an SCV and I told it to mine a mineral patch. That's all I did. And all this, so what I just added into the series so far, or into this game, is I added in something called mineral, the initial part of the game, mineral split. It's called a split. I just did a split and I grabbed one SCV and I told it to go mine a mineral patch. The concept about how to do a mineral split properly is you want to grab an SCV in the back of the line and tell him to go to a side patch first, because it increases the AI of what we talked about
Zen baby Zen
in the last video. Yo, Nick the Fowl, thank you very much for the 69. Oh my fucking god, dude. Thank you very much, man.
Big job,
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, the mineral split, basically what happens is we tell a second patch to activate, so it makes that second patch go to that same thing where it starts up, and now it gives us a higher chance to stack a close patch faster.
Extremely helpful series. Thanks for the work you put into it.
And one thing, no worries. Thank you very much, Cheddar Boy. Cheddar Boy. Thank you, dude. Much love. One of the reasons why it's also really good to do this, guys, why the worker split is really relevant. Okay, hear me out. A lot of people out there are like, Vibe, if I don't micro, I have no chance. Like, if I don't start practicing micro, I have no chance on how to control my mouse properly. You know, when I have to actually start microing. Well, guess what? If you actually start working on things like mineral split, and you start working, and you're doing things like you're trying to grab SCVs at a correct number to like transfer them around your bases, you already are indirectly working on your mouse accuracy.
I have ladder anxiety playing StarCraft. You helped me realize I am playing against Chaos Craft still, which is easier and less stressful.
Yo, Nyanyo, thank you for the 19, and I'm glad the series has helped you be more comfortable with the game. Much love, dude. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we got a Zerg player. What's he doing? Back to what we've already been doing before ourselves. We see a Zerg who's mining gas. He's taking an expansion. It's all good. Luke is chilling. Our Zerg opponent named Luke is currently chilling. Excuse me. Okay, I don't know what attacked me, but it's all good. But yeah, so if we start practicing how to split an SCV from the very center of the patch right away, just grab 1, 2, whatever, and then send it to his side patch on the side of the mineral line. It's going to start increasing how we can control our mouse, because we'll get more comfortable with actually selecting shit accurately and not just randomly doing it. Okay. So we're going to go ahead now and go back to the build. We're going to make our gas. We're going to keep producing SCVs. We're going to keep making Marines now. We're going to make our tanks, and we're going to make our second barracks of Tech Lab. Go into their tank Marine production.
Add-on complete.
Okay, that Overlord flew into some Marines, so it's going to die.
Command center upgrade. Not enough energy. Not enough minerals.
Transfer 2 SCVs to the gas. And then send one more down to like the natural down here. Now we can check our patches. Look, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. So what I'm going to do, grab one off the 3, put it on the 1, fix this SCV on it, and now we're fixed. Okay, well, it's easy peasy. We just fixed the main mineral line. Took us a second to do that. Now we'll go back to making units. Let's make another depot. And now we'll never touch this mineral line again for a long time. We'll try not to touch it again to make sure we can maintain good mining. Let's get our tank sieged in the high ground.
Add-on complete.
And yeah, like I said, from now on, we're going to start doing mineral split every time. We're going to start doing at least 1 mineral split. Maybe when we get really high level, when we're like diamond plus, we might do double mineral split at the same time. So the way the game starts off now, every time is going to be, the game starts, your mouse is in the middle of the screen, you build an SCV first, and then you split the SCV, and then you start fixing the SCVs as you make them. Yeah, let's put this SCV on our mineral line. Build or siege our tank right there.
Armed and ready.
Not enough.
SCV ready.
Nice, nice, nice.
Bad news, huh?
Let's build some depot.
SCV, this better be good.
Complete.
Hello, Vibe in chat. What's up, dude?
You gonna
What's
get
up, Arconia?
numbers, boys. SCV
Let's get stim pack. Let's start getting medevacs. And again, everything's going back to exactly how it was before. We're just trying to do it faster and faster and faster. We're trying to get more comfortable playing the game throughout the entire time. We want to try and, you know, keep pushing to speed up nonstop. Don't ever get complacent and be like, I do it fast enough. No, don't do that. Always be like, I could do it faster. I could always do it faster. Always think you can do it faster. And what are we looking at? We're looking at the top right, trying not to supply block. We're looking at our mineral lines. We're making sure everything's fully saturated properly. We now have one medevac. With this command center is done too. So now let's just do one medevac since we only made the one because we didn't have enough to afford a second one.
Will do, Command.
Just pick a side. We picked the right side. Totally fine. Let's go ahead and start making some more racks. Because our third base is going to be fully saturated soon. We can make like another rack right there or something. Grab our racks into our control group.
Command center upgrade.
Okay, we can lift off this command center and send it down to our third base. Keep making SCVs.
Ready for
Keep
dust
making
off.
units. And now let's even start like an armory because we want to be able to go into 2-2 upgrades and also start making Thors. Okay, so this base is up. Let's lower the depot. Rally all my command centers here. Drop some mules at it. Send some SCVs to it. We can move my army towards it. But now look at group 1, right? We just scouted this base, so there's a base right there. Let's drop right into it. Okay, we can stim pack. Or we actually can't stim pack. Oh, now we can. Okay. Keep making units. Okay, so this base looks like it's getting overpowered. And if that happens, it's okay. Just lift it off. And we'll wait till the next set of units. And this base is also taking damage. That's at the same time, right? Okay, now there's Zerg left. So now, once again, let's go back and take this base again. Let's start making Thors. Let's keep making medevacs. Let's start getting Thor weapons. Transfer some SCVs over that are excess. Transfer one more over. And look at us, boys. We just recovered so fast. We're already back to a fully saturated mineral line. And this base actually died. Let's start building some depots down here. Also, we have a lot of money. Let's go ahead and maybe start building some more racks now. Just a few more. And this base is starting to oversaturate, so now it doesn't matter if we fuck at the mineral patches because they're already mining out, which means we've managed to make a good economy there for the most part. Now we can kind of fuck with it, and it's okay. We managed to maintain good economy through a good amount of time there, so we're pretty strong in the big game now. We've done a good development here. Let's go ahead and take our gases. Drizzle, thank you very much for the bits. Let's take our depots. Get that just kind of set up so we can like block this off a bit. Keep making marines.
Additional supply depots required.
We can make some more depots. Okay, he's attacking us, so let's go ahead and move towards it and stim pack. Keep making units. Don't tunnel vision. Do not tunnel vision. Keep making SCVs. Do not tunnel vision.
Mineral field depleted.
Let's make another command center.
Mineral field.
Like right here. Grab this SCV, pull it back. Send my units back to our base. Keep making
Not
units.
enough minerals.
And even though the Zerg is super aggressive, we're totally fine. At this point now, I would say we could probably do a double drop because we want to scout where his bases are again. Because we didn't do a double drop before. So group 1 can go on the left side. Group 2 can go on the right side. Oops, I did the Thor. Oops, my bad.
Complete.
ETA, 1 minute.
Upgrade complete.
I have all my group 4 rallied to the front of my base.
Research.
Making Thors and medevacs still. Transfer some SCVs to the new base we just made. Up here. Make this a planetary. And we're chilling.
Not enough
Everything's
minerals.
looking good. Transfer some SCVs off this base up to here as well. Nice. Cool. And we're just making units, guys. We're maxing out pretty quick here now as well. It's coming up pretty fast. Thor weapon upgrade. Oh, we forgot an upgrade here. Let's definitely get that. Checked our upgrades again, right? Now we got to make sure we're getting all of them. Okay, this doesn't have a base, so let's drop here. And this does have a base. We saw it again, so let's drop right there. And now, what's happening? Okay, there's a queen, and there's nothing. Okay, we'll come back and look at that again in just a second. Not yet, though. Let's lift and land this. Wait until we're under attack to look at it again. Meanwhile, let's do other shit like fix our SCVs, important stuff like that. Let's transfer SCVs now to that base. Okay, we're under attack by Ravager, Baneling, and Roaches again. So, lots of ground units. So now, we're maxed out. And just a second. And this has been a super aggressive game too, right? But now we're maxed out. We have a decent SCV count. We need 3 more, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and get my army together, and let's go attack the front of his base. Let's get our army grouped up right in front of where his base would be. Right over here. We can make that a planetary. Let's also go ahead and maybe get some more racks out.
Hope you had a good rest. Also back-to-back Terran days. Praise Vibo.
Yo, thank you very much for the 20 of East. Thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, makes a couple more racks wherever we can fit it. Okay, and then now our army's grouped up, so let's get army ready to go. Let's move towards his base. Let's put our Thors in high impact payload so that they actually shoot shit harder unless we see mutas. Stimpack, let it happen. Go back to macroing. Make units as they die. Grab all these racks we just made, all these other buildings we just made, grab them all. Grab these too. And now suddenly we have 21 buildings. We can rally to the middle of my base. Take this base, land it over here. We can even expand again like right there. It's all good. And now look at our army, right? Let's go ahead and now Stimpack towards his 3rd base. A move, Stimpack. We're gonna call it good. Nice, nice, nice. Transfer some SCVs to a new base.
Upgrade complete.
Make like 4 tech labs. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then all reactors, and then a tech lab here and a reactor here. Reactor starport for more medevac production, tech lab factory for more Thor production, and then now all reactors to the rest of my racks for more marine production. And now this would mean we have the initial tech lab plus 4 more for 5 marauder production again. Same as always. Nice. Well, yeah, that's this is another example as to why the setup of the tanks is so nice, and where we place them is also really important, because those tanks definitely destroyed in the early game. But again, just to quickly break it down, okay? So the opener of the game should be like this. When the game starts, it goes like this. The game is like 3, 2, 1, go, and the second it says go, you click the command center. You make an SCV. You can use S as the hotkey. You don't have to actually click the SCV. You just hit the command center, hit S for SCV, then quickly move your mouse over and try to grab at least 1, 2, or 3. Anywhere between 1 and 3 is acceptable. And then you tell them to go click on a patch. And the reason why it's acceptable is because this is the concept, okay? This is the concept. This is why this makes sense. Sometimes it's only 2 that's acceptable, and sometimes it's 3, okay? Now here's why. Look at the side of the patch, or the side of the mineral line. And notice how there's a gap right here, and there's a gap right there. There are 2 gaps. There's 3, then a gap, then 2, then a gap, then 3. So when this happens, where you have these little gaps like this, it means that if you actually grab 3... because there's 3 patches here. If I grab 3 SCVs and I click a patch,
need more similes.
Yo, thank you very much. Feel for you. Not only for the sub, but also for the $3 dono. Much love, dude. Thank you, thank you. What happens is, and also Drizzle, thank you for the bits, and Neon, thank you for the sub. I feel like I said thank you for that, but I can't remember. Thank you guys. What happens is if I grab these 3 SCVs and I right click this patch, it'll be very very fast at making the other 2 SCVs go here and here. Like
your guide in Protos got me to Masters 3 EU.
Yo, fuck yeah, Rabbit Assassin. Thank you very much for the bits, dude. If you click 3 SCVs, it'll make all 3 SCVs go to these 3 patches. But if I were to grab 4 SCVs and I clicked this patch right here, this 4th SCV would be the same problem that all 12 SCVs have when they go to the first patch, which is this 4th SCV would hit red, red, red on all 3 patches because it's not going to sit there, and it's going to rotate around trying to find a new patch to go to. So you definitely want to grab, the concept is you want to grab as many SCVs as there are patches in the stack on the side, or less. Either as much or less is both acceptable. So even though this has 3, I'm not telling you you have to get 3 every single time. It has to be 3. It doesn't have to be 3. If you get 1, that's great, because you just ideally you're going to want to click that patch, the furthest out patch, because now you've fixed AI here. So what happens is just like, you remember how, just like we talked about how the first SCV gets to this patch and he stays here, and then like the 8th or the 10th SCV, 9th SCV, whatever, it gets here and then it also stays here because it's in that green zone. If you have one of your first SCVs as it spreads like this, you grab it and you go there instead. What happens is now, because you did that, one of the the other 11 SCVs is going to now realize as soon as it touches this patch, it's going to go, well, this is now green. And it's going to have another SCV automatically saturate this patch, so it's less work to do once they're stacked up like that. So if you're quick with your mouse, which you can practice, you can now fix the side of the saturation easier like this. It also gives you more money because this SCV right here did not have to go there and then bounce down here. It deleted the trip, right? It's like going from point A to point B and then from point B to point C. When you have another map that just goes, how about we just go in a straight line from point A to point C right away and not make a triangle? You know what I mean? Where it's like for instance, if I feel like someone might not be understanding what I mean, and there's like a visual here, but if you have a command center, right? This is your command center, and then these are your mineral patches, patch, 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 patch. And now if you have an SCV that goes like this, if this is point A right there, this is point B, and this is point C. If your SCV is told to go there and then it bounces down to there, what if you just went like this? What if you just went straight down there? What if you just literally went straight there? Right? It deletes the whole trip of it having to go up and then back down. So, and one of the SCVs is going to do that from the automatic spread, right? Which is why we're doing that. So it just increases your AI mining efficiency. And now look, the second SCV comes up and arrives, and by the time he gets here, it's in the green, and now we have a close patch that's double stacked, which is perfect. So now we have a more fluid mining going on right now, which is nice. We still gotta fix patches, obviously. We're not done yet, but it's nice having, you know, a little bit more money again, right? Another way to increase efficiency. And then we still obviously double stack the close patches the entire time. Make sure they're good. And then after that, stack the far patches. And this game is going to be just like another... it's going to be another situation of... you know... Our scouts do more damage than what we bargained for. And it's because our opponent is so aggressive. So our opponent goes for a bit of a wall off. He saturates 2 bases. He then starts making roaches like crazy. And then he starts making Ravagers, and he attacks us with Ravagerling Roach. Right? That's a lot of units, guys. This right here is a lot of units. That's a big Zerg army. As you can see, here's why. Like, Vibe, how do you know it's a big Zerg army? What does that mean? Zerg is the race that builds workers the fastest. Protoss is in the middle, and Terran is the slowest. If Terran has more workers than Zerg, if the slowest race at building workers is ahead of the Zerg in workers, and nothing has died yet, 0 things have died in this game so far. Like for workers at least. The only thing that's died is his first Overlord died because he flew into my base. But no workers have died. If he has less workers than me, and I have not killed any as a result of that, means this dude is going to be aggressive. That is fucking really aggressive mentality right there. Terran should never be ahead of Zerg if nothing's happened yet. The only time Terran should ever be ahead of Zerg if both players are playing greedy is if Terran just did like a really good attack with like some Hellions or something at a higher level game. But again, if this was Gold League, does this mean this guy has to attack us? No, sometimes he might not. Sometimes in Gold League, players might just play overly cautious and overly paranoid and be like, I might die. I don't know. I'll make a bunch of Roaches and Ravagers because I don't want to die. It happens a lot. So, again, that's an inefficiency again, right? So now we're already ahead by 7 workers for no reason. It means our opponent's going to probably attack us. And he ends up actually attacking us, and he moves out. This is a lot of units, guys. His army's humongous. And our drop gets here, right? And now this is what his attack does. This is the culmination of the attack. Our units get corrosive biled, they sit in it, and they all die. We didn't micro anything. And we just lift off the command center because it looks like it's going to die. And our tanks are just pounding from the high ground. He's corrosive biled my command center, so it backed up for a second, and then we landed it because he left. And then now, after he leaves, look, we have another army again like we just had before. When he showed up at my base, we had about 100 supply. Watch this. Look when he shows up. We have 110 supply. Things start dying. And then when he leaves the base, by the time he leaves the base, we are right back up to, like, you know, almost 100 supply again. There we go. Back up to 105 supply. We're like right to where we just were a second ago. Pretty much. And now our third base is fully saturated. We're just transferring a bunch of SCVs. And these SCVs were overly stacked from the natural that didn't end up going because this base was getting killed. And now in the meantime, what happened behind that? Why like what else happened in the game at the same time? And we didn't micro it again. It was this. This is what we did at the same time as him attacking us. We were like, cool, let's we found his base. Let's go ahead and drop here.
I forgot to ask, but if it's mostly ground army, is Hellbats better? I feel like my auto click is better with Thor's lol.
Yeah, no, so I was debating what I wanted to do with the factory really fast. I'll talk about this really quickly. I was debating what I wanted to do with the factory, and Hellbats are optional in earlier leagues. I'm just going to say that right now. They are optional. That's why I didn't do it every game. It was one of those things where your supply would max out faster if you actually utilize the factory itself. It just felt like sometimes, because we're not using Thors back then, that you, if your factory was just kind of sitting there idle doing nothing, it felt like kind of a waste. So I was like, maybe we'll make some Hellbats here and there. And Hellbats would do a great job against like charge lots or mass Zerglings, but let's be real, most players in lower leagues here, even if they do go charge lots or mass lings, like you're gonna have such a big supply that you'll be fine anyways. So it's not really. I think the Hellbat thing is like it's whatever. I just wanted to get you guys somewhat comfortable into like using the factory as well, and like tabbing through production cycles. But if you're listening to this right now and you're gonna play bronze or silver, I am totally okay with you doing what I'm doing with the factory. How I make like 3 tanks into Thors with bio, like one factory just pumping Thors here and there. I am totally okay if you just want to do that every game. That's fine. And honestly, if I did the Terran series again, I'd probably just do that from the beginning, because Thors are pretty self-sufficient. And yeah, I that's why I'm starting to do it every game now, because now we're really like trying to like it's not the priority. Thors are not the priority. If you want to make Thors the priority, watch the mech series, right? But I am actually totally okay if you are in bronze or you're in silver as well as gold, if you want to start just adding in Thors as well and just don't even make Hellbats and just go Thors instead. That's fine. Or you can make nothing out of the factory in silver and gold. That's also fine. It will still work. In Gold League, you could probably even make it still work there too. But Thors are starting to become a little bit more relevant now because, again, we're not microing anything. And every league we go up, our opponents are getting a little bit better, and they're starting to macro a bit better, and we're starting to need some more power in our army while we move out. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. You could use Thors if you want to in gold and silver and bronze. All the same. Just like we're doing now. Thank you for the $10 dono at Beast. So look at our drop, right? Our drop gets into his base, and what are we doing? We end up killing a queen. We killed a couple of drones. We actually killed the hatchery. We killed more roaches. Did we focus fire anything? No, I didn't micro that at all. My Marines just did their own thing. They moved themselves. And this hatchery happened to die because some of my Marines chased an overlord over here, and these Marines were still shooting the hatchery while the other Marines were getting aggroed by roaches. So, yeah. It is what it is. His hatchery died. That was a lot of damage, and now look at us. Suddenly, we're way ahead in economy, right? This is now, the game's kind of like spiraling out of control for our opponent. We're getting really far ahead. And then our opponent attacks us again, and look what happens the second time. And this is what happens when you macro constantly through all situations. This is what happens, right? Look at this. And also our opponent's like going kind of crazy, or like double spire tech switch. Well, meanwhile, getting double upgrades for ground. Like, this is too much. This is a Baneling nest. This is so much gas. It's just, it's a lot. It's expensive. So now, anyways, we're just doing a solid build, and here we go. Our opponent attacks us, and here's what happens. Here he comes. There he goes. And now, supply when he shows up is about 95 versus 130. And it turns into... I have the exact same supply I had when he showed up at my base. Units that have died have been rebuilt during the fight, and I have the exact same supply that I had as he started fighting me. After we're done fighting, I have the exact same supply. So we didn't go down at all. However, my opponent went down by like 30-ish supply. So again, macro, right? Macro is key. Macro is key. We're making units the entire time. We're always pumping units. And then all this does is it puts in an outcome where our opponent just can't keep up with us. And now finally here comes the last two drops. This is another glorified scout. We saw no expansions, so we now know where all of his bases are. And here's how the drops went, right? The drops are doing a lot of damage. We're killing some drones here and there. This drop gets overpowered by some Banes eventually, but this drop over here killed a bunch of drones. And then eventually some Lings and stuff like that, and then finally gets overpowered by Banes. But look at this. We just set the Zerg into the Stone Age with economy. He's at the point where he's like half of our economy almost. That's brutal. That's rough. He is making more as time goes on though. But yeah. And now we're maxed out. So now the move out happens and the Zerg just doesn't have enough, right? It's all about amount of shit. He just doesn't have enough stuff to stop us. So when we get here, we just step back towards his base. Even though he's got Banes on the high ground and he's like engaging me and stuff like that. Doesn't even matter. We just have too many guns shooting things all at once and Zerg just gets destroyed. And now Zerg's just super dead. And then Zerg's trying to do like a Muta counterattack right now. And our rallies are actually, you know, becoming even problems for it. So yeah, Zerg just, you know, that's how it goes, guys. Economy, right? Economy told the tale of that game more than anything else.
I have small hands, so it's hard to bind anything past the 4 key. I set up auto hotkey for keys 5 and 6 to bind to some of my unused mouse buttons. Is this lazy or bad practice?
I set up auto hotkey for keys 5 and 6 to bind some of my unused mouse buttons. You're using mouse buttons for control group 5 and 6? Is what you're saying? Personally, I can't speak for someone that has small hands because I have enormous hands. My hands are huge. I can actually reach from like the control key on the keyboard all the way to like the fucking 0 key on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 0 with my thumb like that. I can literally reach from control to 0 with my thumb and pinky like that. So I can't really give you my advice on what I would tell someone with really small hands to do. But I would say this. I would say you probably want to avoid as many hotkeys on your mouse as possible, okay? And the reason why is because your mouse is precision and your keyboard is for actions, like APM essentially. And the more precision you sacrifice to put more actions on your mouse, then that's going to be a negative for you. It's not going to really have a net positive there. Like for instance, once we actually start microing, there's a lot of situations where you're going to need to actually focus fire things. So you're going to need to actually, you know, be able to target shit properly. And that is going to come at a cost if you're also macroing with your mouse. Like if you're hitting buttons on the side of your mouse and it's throwing off your hand's accuracy. Like, for instance, imagine trying to be good at an FPS game. If the entire time you're playing FPS, your thumb and your pinky were just like pressing the mouse under your fingers. And you're like trying to also be accurate with your fingers, trying to like click the mouse properly on stuff. And you're like pressing into it with your thumb, like pushing it for a hotkey over and over. Like it's not going to go very well for you. I feel like it's going to be a negative. It's bad at that, in my opinion, it's a bad habit. keyboard hand is more than capable of pressing keys fast enough to do all the actions you need in StarCraft. Your mouse should be designed for clicking shit accurately on the screen. That's what I would say it should be more used for. The only time I ever use a button on my mouse that's not
Command center upgrade
just for
complete.
clicking things like this right here is I use a rally point camera hotkey on the side of my mouse, and that's not in the middle of when I'm microing. That's when I'm getting ready to set up micro, so it's a little different. And again, we're not going to talk about that yet. We'll talk about that once you start microing. So that's why also if you guys watch the rally point camera hotkey video, or the Gold League camera hotkey video, and I set up 4 camera hotkeys, notice how we've only been using 3 of them so far. The 4th one's going to come out when we go to Diamond League. Or maybe Platinum, but yeah, not yet. It's too early. Yo, Rabbit Assassin, thank you for the Prime. I would say, if anything, if you're like, I got really small hands vibe, what do? I would say maybe try using Grid if it came down to it, because Grid keeps all the keys to the left side of the keyboard.
Our SCVs
But,
are under attack.
and maybe get comfortable. You don't have to use my exact command center hotkeys. Maybe use different command center hotkeys for yourself.
Add-on
Just,
complete.
yeah. Let's mine minerals. Okay. Let's make another gas. Because our factory is done. Let's make another racks. Yeah, let's start making depots at the natural.
Command center upgrade complete. Add-on complete.
Okay. Alright, guys. We are just fucking chilling. Same shit as always. 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, dude. 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. 4-5, 4-5. Okay, let's put our tank in the high ground. I already used grid, it's more about control groups. Then here's what I would tell you to do. Maybe use command centers on 4 and use your barracks on 3. And then use just 2 control groups for micro. For 1 and 2. Also, here's a cool trick you can do, okay? You know how there's a key to the left of 1? It's like a tilde. It's this key right here. That key right there. I rebound my control group 0 in my control groups, but not in the Bronze Museum series, but in my real account. I bound that hotkey, tilde, to 0, and now I actually use tilde 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't actually use control group 0. I use tilde instead, because tilde does nothing in StarCraft 2, and it's such a good key in a place that's under escape to the left of 1, above tab. It does nothing, but it's in a prime spot on the keyboard. So you can start using tilde 1, 2, 3 for control groups, and or tilde 1, 2 for control groups, and then 3, 4 for
Take my money for
production and
B2GM
command centers and stuff.
2021 nigget back into SC2 thanks to you vibe and your vids less than 3.
Yo, thank you very much.
Not enough minerals.
Rabbit Assassin, thank you, man. Much love.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
This better be good.
Okay, let's go ahead and make a couple more racks because our money's going to start going up again in just a second. Let's make another rack. And why is that? Our third base is going to get saturated really fast again, right? So let's drop a couple mules here. Let's go ahead and make a barracks.
Not enough minerals.
Ready
We
for
can siege our other tank. Keep producing units. Okay, and let's get our upgrades.
Command not enough minerals.
Let's go ahead and also
Not enough
throw out a drop.
minerals.
I just started playing SC2 3 days ago. Love your videos. Can you break down what you are doing with your keyboard hand?
I heard that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Online Johnny, for the 5. So your keyboard hand is literally all your macro. Your mouse hand doesn't macro at all. Like, this is why learning hotkeys is an important thing to do. You don't want to ever be like, okay, click this, 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 click this. Like, put less pressure on your mouse hand. And the way you do that is you learn the hotkeys and then you use the hotkeys, right? Your mouse hand only does tasks that require a mouse to do it, like something you need to interact with on the screen. That's the only tasks your mouse should be doing. So what my keyboard hand's doing is, like, right now I'm going 1, drop, base. 2, drop, base. 4, make Marines. Tab, make a Thor. Tab, make Medivacs. 5, make SCVs. So 5 SSS. I can click a couple SCVs. BS, BS, BS. Hold shift, right click. 4, AAA. Tab, make Thor. I can't still make Thor yet. Tab, DD. 5 SSS. 5 V, hold shift. Click, 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 click. 5 B, or sorry, click B, C, click. Because I want to make another expansion. We haven't started one yet. We can go to our SCVs. B, BB, shift, click, 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 click. Let go shift, hold shift, right click the middle line. My keyboard hand is always doing the actions of 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. I'm always looking at my macro. Like, I'm always watching, I'm like rechecking my macro. My eyeballs and my keyboard hand are attached together. And then, like, the hardest thing to learn in StarCraft 2, this is a way I've never explained this before, but it's very true. The hardest thing to learn in StarCraft 2 is you need to have your brain split into like 2 quadrants. The first quadrant of your brain needs to be split with one hand. Like, your hand and your eyeballs, essentially, should be going, okay, my eyeballs are going to fixate with whatever I'm doing with my left hand. And now my eyeballs are going to fixate with what I'm doing with my right hand. And now my left hand. And now my right hand. And now my left hand. You literally alternate your hands, and your eyes match whatever hand you're using. So, for instance, if I'm going to go 4, my eyeballs are not going to look at the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to macro. I'm going to make Thor. I'm going to make Medivacs. And now if I want to fix my SCVs on my middle line, I'm going to look at the middle of the screen now with my mouse hand. I'm going to grab SCVs. I'm going to fix that shit. Fix that shit. Fix that shit. Send them over here. Grab that command center. Shift 5. Go right back to keyboard hand. 4. Make stuff. Make stuff. Make stuff. 5. Make stuff. You use your mouse hand a lot more when we start microing, but for now, when it's just macro, it's really heavy keyboard hand. Like literally 90% keyboard hand, 10% mouse hand. Once you get really good at StarCraft and you're really fast, it's gonna shift and be like probably 20% keyboard hand, 80%
Your
mouse
series
hand.
got me to Zerg D3.
Because you're gonna be so much faster.
Big fan of your stream. Hope you're vibing and thriving.
Yo, thank you very much for the $15 dono, Asfan. Thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Okay, what's our SCV count? 79. We're almost done. Let's go ahead and expand again.
Additional supply depots.
Let's go ahead and make a couple more depots here and just shift the middle line. Transfer some SCVs. Okay, so it looks like we're pretty much there, guys. We're super close to being fully saturated. Get combat shields. We know where his bases are. Oh, he's attacking us, actually. So let's go ahead and move down there now. Move our army down. We just lost a bunch of depots, so let's rebuild those somewhere else. Okay, let's stim pack A, move towards the fight. Okay, we can make a lot more racks right now because we're running, like, we have too much money again, right? Too much money. Okay, so this base looks like it might die. It's okay. Don't panic. Not time to panic, guys. Just keep macroing. Keep building shit. Base dies. Oh no, that sucks. Just rebuild, right? Just fix it. Don't crumble under the pressure and be like, well, now I can't do anything. Yes, we can. We can just rebuild. Okay, make this a planetary. We can take another base right here. And the Zerg's still pushing. So let's fight back. Yeah, we might be dead. It's okay though, but are we freaking out? No. I mean, I'm still trying to just macro through the problem, right?
Command center upgrade complete.
Okay, get 3/3 upgrades. Keep macroing. Repair that command center. Make a couple reactors here. And let's take another command center again over here because this base died. Transfer some SCVs from this base to a new base because we need to fix our saturation. Main base, natural looks bad. Third base is dead. SCV count is not quite good yet. Keep pumping units.
Not enough minerals.
Also, if you ever notice, you have a bunch of medevacs like this. If you have like a cloud of medevacs already, you can honestly, and you just took a fight like that, you can honestly stop.
More love tonight.
Yo, Rabbit Assassin, thank you very much for this, the support, dude.
Base is under attack.
Okay, this base is getting attacked. Let's go ahead and go attack over here now. We need to make sure we could try and guard this. Okay, so let's stim pack our units forward and start fighting that. Keep macroing. Let's rally over here now. Keep trying to pump units.
SCVs are under attack. Mineral
Yeah, it looks like we might, there just might be too much for Zerg here. There's a possibility of that. Okay, so we can re-rally our army over here. And just try to make a new defense somewhere else. This might be curtains for us though. It's very, very possible.
mineral field.
This game is on a threshold of
Base
death the whole
is
time.
under attack.
Okay, now let's go up here. We grab our SCVs, repair the command center, and move our army up here. Maybe we hold. It's no guarantee, but maybe we hold. Okay, command center is dead. Try and rebuild again somewhere else. Keep making SCVs. Keep pumping.
Not enough energy.
Okay, he's attacking again. Right there. Let's try and make another command center again somewhere else. Because, again, we need to keep expanding, right? We can't just not expand or else we're just definitely going to die. But keep spending our money.
Mineral field depleted.
Vibe, have we learned rapid fire yet? No, we have not learned rapid fire yet. We'll learn rapid fire a little bit later. Not yet, though. Keep fixing SCVs wherever we can. Send them to bases that need SCVs.
What's going on? Go ahead. Armed and ready.
Keep making SCVs. Keep making Marines.
Command center upgrade.
Make units as we can. We need more.
Not enough minerals. Mineral field. Not enough minerals.
Okay, he's attacking again. Here we go again.
Upgrade complete.
Try and repair the command center. We can even lift it off at this point. Keep making SCVs.
Mineral field.
I'm still making units, guys. I'm not
Not enough.
making nothing.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. The space is almost up. Keep making units. Try to keep macroing through the problem.
Energy.
Like, try to literally don't stop.
That's
Fix the base. That base is good. This base is over now. Fix the base. Grab a couple more SCVs off. Fix the base. Go to here. Make this a planetary. Keep making units.
not enough minerals.
We're barely fucking holding on for like dear life right now. Transfer some SCVs over because we're oversaturated and we have no fucking money at all. This base is now fully saturated. Let's try and take another expansion in the top right.
Depleted.
Oh, yeah.
B2GM, B2GM,
Hey, he's attacking again.
B2GM,
Let's go ahead and try and repair it. Try and see if we can save it. Keep repairing it. It's gonna die. Keep making SCVs. Okay.
Mineral field depleted.
Keep making units.
Our
Transfer some more SCVs
are
somewhere
under
else, like down here again. I don't know if we'll be able to hold this though. We might be dead. Transfer. We can try and make a command center up here. Transfer more SCVs up to the top right. Just re-rally to top right. Are we? Yeah, we're dead. We lost. Okay. So, the Zerg just outmassed us, right? The Zerg actually just fucked us. And you could go all the way back and be like, Vibe, why was that? Why did we die? And it really, what do these kinds of games come down to? They come down to a macro problem, is what they come down to. And it might mean you didn't execute your macro as well as you would have wanted, you know, throughout the game. There's many more things that will be a factor later on in the game. Like, oh, I could use tanks, or I could do this or that or the other thing. But let's just look and see at the simple fact of our macro this game. Let's look and see at the simple fact of our macro. Do we fucking max out at 10 minutes? And no, we did not. So, guys, did this guy just beat a Jimmy? Yes, he did. I know this guy from my stream. I know. I've seen this guy on my stream. He's a sub of mine. But think about it like this, okay? This is where I really want to convince you. I want to convince you. This is where everyone fucking fails as a StarCraft player. Everybody fails. And I'm already reading it in chat. Vibe didn't have any Marauders, though. I didn't have tanks, though. That right there is a lower... It's a misinterpretation of what the real problem is. This is why everyone in lower leagues gets stuck in lower leagues forever. No, it's not because we needed tanks, and it's not because I needed to make Marauders, and it's not because I needed to make fucking Liberators or something. It's not because of any of these reasons. It's because our macro was delayed. It's because our macro was not even at the par of what it should be, which is 10 minutes max out, and we maxed out at... We're not even maxed yet. We're at 180. And we're supply blocked as well, by the way. So, and why does this matter? Okay, Bible, please explain why this matters. What were we the entire game? What were we all game? We were on defense the entire game. Well, what would happen if I already was maxed out right now and I was walking across the map to his base? And instead of getting fought here or whatever and losing an expansion, what if I fought him at his expansion? And what if I killed his expansion? And now suddenly he's the one who's on defense the entire time. That is what's more important right now than saying, oh, I need tanks or I need Marauders. Because here's what's going to happen. Again, guys, you have to understand this concept. I've said this concept already many times, but I'll say it again right now. You have to understand that if you play a game like this, and if your macro isn't even good enough to get to the checkpoint, which is why you're actually losing, if you say, oh, well, how about I just start doing more now than just macroing? How about instead of fixing my macro, how about I just do even more? And I start doing shit like, okay, well, now I will go ahead and I'll start scouting for composition more. And I'll go, okay, well, he's going roaches. So now I'm going to start making more tanks. So now I got to worry about sieging my tanks properly. And I got to worry about positioning my tanks properly. Or now I got to scout him and go, okay, well, I scouted his composition's roaches. So now I got to make more barracks with tech labs on them faster. And now I'm going to go for more Marauders. But I got to make sure I don't get countered by like mutas or something. So I'm always going to be scouting. Blah, 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 blah. Hindsight? Sure. Marauders and tanks would fucking own roaches. And hydras. Definitely. I 100% agree with that statement. But if you don't have the macro and you fall on defense the entire time, if you start adding on more things that are going to distract you from macroing, it's going to happen even more. You're going to be on defense forever. You're going to be like, wow. Eventually, you're going to be thinking to yourself, dude, you just can't beat Zerg. Like, Zerg is overpowered. You just can't beat Zerg. Zerg is a race that you just, like, it always makes you feel like you're on defense until you die. Because you're not macroing. That's when I say time is so relevant in this game and people just don't fucking pay attention to it. We lost this game 100% because our max out sucked ass. And now watch this. Playing from this point on, what happens? Our opponent attacks us and we're still not maxed. As we're making supply depots, what happens? He fucking kills all of them and now we're supply blocked. This changes the pace of everything. This fucking changes the entire outcome of the game. It's not because we needed to make fucking tanks and Marauders. It's because we just didn't have enough shit. And now we're on defense and he's killing my shit. And now we're falling behind to die. And now look, our opponent's maxed out again. And what are we? We're now down to 139 supply. And it's going to be hard to recover because during that fight, because it took us so long to max out the first time, we have now lost an economy. We've lost SCVs. We lost an army that fought, an army that was bigger than mine because our army was inferior size-wise. We also, by chance, with the A move, our opponent had a massive concave, and we had a small concave that was like stuck between our command center and the wall. It just wasn't a great situation. It was not a great situation. It all went bad, and it's because our macro sucked compared to what it could have been. That is why we died. So again, you have to realize that is, and this is why, again, this would be an example, and just like all Twitch chat's saying, this is one of those moments where if this was a game somebody like submitted to like a replay analysis, when I'm like, okay, why did you lose? They'd be like, well, Vibe, how should I deal with Zerg who does like shit like this? And the real answer is just fucking macro. It's your macro. It changes the whole fucking game. Like, because this base is dead now, and because all these depots died, the entire game is now different. It is totally different. Now I'm fucking behind all day. And then I'm going to die because of it. We actually, and here's the thing. The best thing you can do in situations like this is just try to macro and hold on as long as you can. And see if you can, like, you know, make a comeback. I think it might have been when you were explaining hotkeys and you had 27 SCVs on one base. Yeah, no, I 100% know I meant macro sucked because I was talking to chat. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just, again, this will happen to you. This is a good example. This is a super good example as to what will happen to you as well. And people, when they get these situations, they do exactly what Twitch chat just did right now, which is a fucking fallacy of StarCraft. Ah, I should have changed my composition. Now I got to change the build. Vibes build doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work. Okay, what are we going to do now? I'm not going to do anything Vibe says anymore. And now I'm going to do my own thing, which means I'm going to be distracted like crazy. And I'm going to go for scouting constantly because the only way you beat this is with Marauders or with more tanks. And the answer to that is fuck no, dude. It's just macro better. Again, no one can play efficient at lower levels. Nobody does. If they do, they're not going to be lower level. They're already going to get promoted. They're going to get to the leagues where they can play efficient because if you can play efficient, you are guaranteed going to be there. It's just a fact of life in this game. There is nobody that is efficient that is stuck in low leagues, vice versa. There's nobody that plays inefficient that is just like, well, I just got the high league super easy. It doesn't work that way. You have to play efficient in what you do to be high, and if you're low, it means you're inefficient. It means you need to clean up your shit, like clean the build up, right? It means execute it better, faster, get quicker at it. And then, like I said before, we just die right here because, you know, we're just behind, and now we're constantly in this behind situation where we're behind forever. And then base after base after base keep dying, and now, as you can see, the Zerg can keep maxing out, and I have literally no fucking money. I can't max out at all. I have no income anymore. So we're stuck in this, like, death trap. Like, the only reason why I'm even comparing to Zerg right now is because I have mules mining a base, and then he's going to kill this base again. Like, this is, it's definitely going pretty rough for us at the moment. And then this base, just before it gets set up, it dies again, because he's maxed out. And yes, the Zerg player, by the way, guys, 100% used the B2GM series. This guy 100% played the new 2021 Zerg B2GM. And he executed it at a pace that was faster than what we just did with our Terran, which is why we died. It's all about pacing. It's not about composition. It's about pacing.
In the rear with SCV ready. Sure thing. SCV ready. Yep.
Additional supply depots required.
SCV ready.
Stack our patches.
Yo, go ahead. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Because of your guide I can max out Protoss against AI at 9 minutes 7 seconds at
Nice.
gold 3. My only question is, can I wait till I'm at 16/16 before I mineral stack, or do I have to do it right away then just fix every time the props try to do something?
You have to do it right away. You shouldn't be waiting, because again, that's like a full minute of like inefficient time right there. Because again, the goal is stack close patches first before you're at 16 out of 16, and then start periodically fixing your far patches after. That's the goal. If you're not stacking your close patches, you're totally missing part of the goal there.
in the rear with the gear.
Okay, we can have this Marine go chase the probe. Just A-click the probe and then let it be.
Command center upgrade complete.
What's he doing? Expanding? Yes, you are.
I'm going.
But look, his expansion,
Oh,
my command center,
yeah.
they're about tied, so we know this guy's not cheesing us, right? We just compared the build. And now we know this guy's playing normal. He's going for a 1-git expand build, just like what we're doing, kinda.
Unacceptable landing zone.
SCV ready.
Okay. We can put our boys in the front of our base. Liquid Gas, thank you for the sub, dude. X is to jump. Also, thank you for the 3-month resub. TWC Blank, thank you for the 16-month resub. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated.
SCV ready. Bad news. SCV
Add-on complete.
Oh, yeah.
On one hand, it sucks that losing slows down the promotions, but on the other hand, it must feel good seeing the fruits of your labor when you run into opponents like the previous one.
Add-on complete.
Thank you, Risku, for the
Love your B2GM.
support. Much love, dude.
SCVs are under attack.
And thank you, Asian some bitch, for the $20 dono. Much love, dude. Okay, so we have Marines just chasing the Adept around. It's fine. Let's fix our economy up here.
What's going on?
Looks like we have 2 per patch. I can eyeball it and see that because there's always 2 SCVs going to every patch. It's nice.
SCV ready.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Go ahead. Ready to roll.
Let's put our tank on the high ground.
SCV ready.
Let's make a medevac. Or a starport, I mean.
Add-on complete.
5 Ds, rally point camera key. I will. I'm not using it yet, though, because that's something that revolves around micro. We're not microing yet. We are not microing yet. We're doing simple macro. So that will come later. That'll probably come around Diamond League. Maybe Platinum. Okay, let's go ahead and make our
SCV ready.
tank. Siege. Okay, we got a wall here. This is nice.
SCV ready. Bad news. Armed and ready. I can't build here. Big job. SCV ready. Ready to roll out. Give us your gangway.
Add-on complete.
Bad news. SCV ready.
Okay. Let's go ahead and make our sheet. We can make a couple engineering bays now so we can get upgrades. Let's make a couple more racks.
SCV ready. Go ahead.
Not enough minerals.
Ready for dust off.
SCV ready.
Command center upgrade complete.
Go, go, go. SCV ready.
Okay, we have 2 medevacs. Let's go ahead and load up 2 of them. Do the same shit as always. Scout the map for bases.
SCV ready.
Check all the
Well,
bases.
hallelujah. In the pipe, 5x5.
And now this base is ready to go, so let's lift it off to my third.
SCV ready.
Rally all my SCVs there. Transfer over a bunch of SCVs that are excess. And now it's already fully saturated, so let's make another command center, and let's get ready to start the next
Ready for dust
base
off.
of economy going. Let's also get an armory right now, so we can
Not enough
You know.
minerals.
get that shit going.
SCV ready. SCV ready. This better be good.
Additional supply depots required.
We can start making a couple depots over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Additional supply depots required.
There's super supply block. Okay, so there's a lot of stalkers here. We can try and drop. Okay, so we found his base. Let's go ahead and drop here as well.
Get me out of this
Complete.
mess.
Okay, so neither one of our drops did anything. It's okay. This guy was prepared for it. He had met stalkers literally scattered everywhere on the sides of his base.
Go, go, go. SCV ready. Who wants some?
Ready for dust off.
Let's go ahead and make a couple more barracks
Man in the
because
rear.
some money's getting high and we want to make sure we can keep producing.
Better be good. Go ahead. Want a piece of me, boy?
Let's take another
Upgrade
planetary.
complete.
Get 2-2 upgrades.
Not enough minerals.
Gangway coming
Okay, he's attacking us over there, so let's go ahead and try and maybe pull the command center back and get our army over here. We can raise the depots to buy us some more time. That command center is going to die. It's definitely going to die. It's okay though.
through. You want a piece of me, boy?
Let's make a couple of reactors here in a second.
Mineral field depleted.
And now he's attacking me here as well. Okay. So here's what we can do. A move to my main, green box a lot of my army here, and A move back to my third.
SCVs are under mineral field.
Because this guy is all about multi-pronging me. So now it's getting chaotic, right? You're just like, oh god, shit's going everywhere. If it gets chaotic, don't worry. You can always fix it with the select army hotkey. But while it's being chaotic, you don't have to like chase it all with one thing the whole time. Okay. So
Additional supply depots.
let's make another command center again. This one's about done. We can start mining. Let's take this base instead, since this is closer. Take our command center like right there. Get a couple more reactors here. And now let's get ready to start moving out. In a moment, right? We need to make sure we can control our base.
Mineral field.
Have some more SCVs come mine this out because the space is
Upgrade
oversaturated
complete.
anyways. Keep making SCVs. So in that moment when he was attacking us, all I did was I greenboxed some army and went, go over there. More army, go over there. Okay, now he's attacking this base. So let's stim pack towards it. I don't even have stim pack. I never even got stim pack.
Mineral field.
So no stim pack for
depleted.
us. Okay, that base is dead again.
Add-on
Let's go ahead and build another one.
complete.
Ready for dust
It's good.
off.
We're just going to A move towards him now without stim pack because we don't have it.
Gangway coming through. I feel ya.
So our first push will be stim packless.
Oh, yeah.
Make my Thors go high impact payload.
Vibu happy vibu happy vibu happy vibu happy.
Thank you very much, Freywurst, for the 6 months, dude.
Complete.
Thank you, man. Okay, let's go ahead and A move towards. Alright, you know what? Actually, go back. And why are we going back? Because we know he has the third base. Also, it just so happened that it was nice that we didn't run into disruptor shots right there. That was pretty lucky coincidence. Well, let's make sure he doesn't have a fourth base. We always want to attack expansion first, then go after that.
Depleted.
Okay, let's take another base. So let's land it over here. Select all army, attack over here. Whatever happens, happens. Take another base again while we're at it. And now keep macroing, and whenever we have excess money, let's throw down a couple extra buildings, right? We can throw down a couple extra racks right now because we're oversaturated. This base, as soon as it's done, army can be going into the third right now. This base, once it's done, can go to this base right here. Keep making SCVs. SCV count is actually done now. We're done making SCVs. Keep making units. Don't stop making units.
Not
Drop a
enough
bunch of,
minerals.
pull us some SCVs off. Drop a bunch of mules in a second at a new base, like this one right
Research
here.
Complete.
Hit the jackpot. Nice.
Not enough minerals.
We're at 14 buildings for production. How's this going? Okay, it looks like it's pretty much over, so let's go ahead and get my stuff going back home
Mineral
now.
field depleted.
Because, I mean, it's all dead. And now we'll go... Okay, he's still going ground, and I saw Colossus in there. That's cool. We can boost these medevacs just to make him go home faster. Or not. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, guys.
Ready for
Okay,
dust
let's
off.
transfer some SCVs. Keep making units. Let's make these now. Tech labs. And we'll make more racks again. And again, we're getting to that point of... We're almost fully saturated. Or, sorry, we're almost like at that... Not saturated. We're at that point where we're like happy with our production is what I meant to say. So now we have... Yeah, we have 20 production buildings. We're great.
Complete.
Let's get concussive shells and let's start making marauders.
Mineral field
Marines.
depleted. Base is
Thors.
under
Let's
attack.
go attack this base. Repair it.
Command center
Stim pack towards it in a move. Keep making SCVs because SCVs are dying.
Research complete.
Yep. SCV count currently. Need a couple more.
Ready for dust off.
Mineral field.
Yeah, make a
upgrade.
reactor on my starport. Make a tech lab. Let's actually make another command center over here too. Let's make another tech lab on the factory. And let's make all these other reactors. There we go. Now we're fully set up on all our stuff.
Mineral
Group my army up. How's my SCV count looking? It's at 84. Okay, we need a little bit more.
add-on. Not enough energy.
Cool, cool. Transfer an SCV over somewhere else. It's all good. Transfer some SCVs off this base. Go somewhere else. Transfer SCVs off this base. Go somewhere else. Let's go there or something. That's fine.
Command center upgrade complete.
Okay, we're fully maxed out.
Add-on.
Now let's go ahead and hit the... Let's hit the left side again.
Mineral field.
Move our Thor
depleted.
into high impact payload.
Mineral field depleted.
Nice. We actually caught a little attack. Keep going down.
Mineral field depleted.
Now let's get my army set up really close. Let's just scan like right here. Okay, there's no bases on either one of these, so let's move forward down to there. I just wanted to see if there's going to be a base there as well because they're so
Mineral
close
field
together.
Depleted.
Okay, let's move forward like
Our
this.
SCVs
What's going on
are under
there?
attack.
Okay, he's killing SCVs. Make some more SCVs. This guy's using disruptors and shit. Okay, let's stim pack that base.
Mineral field depleted.
Let's go ahead and take another base. Mineral fields keep depleting everywhere, guys. We're going to keep saturating these bases really fast. Transfer SCVs off this base as well. This base is dead down here. Let's take our army. A move towards his natural and stim pack once again. He's still making ground army after ground army. All good. Now, what are we going to remax on? Thor, medevac, 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 marines, and marauders. And I'm maxed out instantly again.
Maximum supply.
Transfer SCVs to the new base again. See how this is like fully saturated? But yet we're expanding again.
Command center upgrade.
You got to keep that shit going. But look, one of our gas is mined out. So let's take another gas somewhere else. We want to make sure we can maintain 3 gas saturation. Let's get upgrades. Let's get upgrades. Keep producing units.
Ready
We're
for
maxed
dust
out
off.
again. Got my army. It's still pushing hard. We can now push forward further in. And if the opponent hasn't left the game yet, and we just confirmed there's no bases on the left side, there's only one of two things happening. He's either giving you the middle finger, saying I'm going to make you kill my entire base, or he hasn't left the game yet because he has bases on the right. So let's quickly go check that. Why has he not left the game yet? Let's go check really fast. Do you have a base over here? Let's scan the... yes, there is a base here. How about here? No. But there you go. There's a base right there. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he quits the game because we found a base. It's the mentality of a player. If someone doesn't leave the game when they should leave the game, it probably means they're not dead yet.
Research complete.
Or it means they're trolling you. And they're like, F you. And they're going to make you kill every building. Okay, so let's move down towards his base. Let's send one unit back up. Maybe grab like a marine or something. Because we saw the probe going up here still, right? Where'd the probe go? There he is. Nice. So this guy was all fancy. All fancy. This guy was very, very, very micro heavy. He was adept harassing us the entire time. He was multi-pronging us with adept harass. He was doing zealot speed charge lot and blink stalker pushes with also multi-pronging adepts in my base. He then turned it into backing up that army with Colossus and then pressuring me with disruptors. Very micro-intensive build from my opponent for like the adept part and the disruptor part and the multi-prong part. Super micro-intensive build. We didn't micro shit there, though. We just A-moved the areas, right? For the most part. The only thing I did, the only thing I want to explain is I want to go back to the moment where he had adepts in our base. When he had an army that was sieging us and give you a concept. I want to explain a concept. So here's our drops, right? First drop gets completely shut down by stalkers. Second drop, completely shut down by stalkers. This guy was all over it. Then he counterattacks us. My command center comes out. He has adepts coming. So he kills my command center. So far, this guy has fucking ruined us, right? We've already lost so much at the start of this game. It was like, damn, dude. This is brutal. He has charge, question mark? Yes, he has charge right there. You can see it right there. Charge. He had charge the entire game. So, here's what happens, right? You're like, okay, there's a big army attacking the front of my base. Let's select all army, go over there and defend it. Right? We're defending where the army is currently killing our shit at. We just move towards the area.
Mineral field depleted.
Now, suddenly, look at the minimap. Oh my god, we got more red shit coming in my base. If this happens to you, here's the easiest way you can deal with this. Select all army. A-move to where the shades are going. Where are they going? They're going in my main base. So we can A-move our army, all of it, right there. A-move the whole army right there. Leave the rally point, like, at the natural or at the third, wherever the fuck you want to leave it, it's fine. But when we tell our army to go chase the shades, we just fucking saw an army right here, right? We just saw an army right here. It just killed my command center seconds before that. So my command center is dying to a big army. And within seconds, he is sending shades in my base. So we know this army still exists here. Okay? We know this army still exists here.
Mineral field depleted.
So what are we going to do? Are we going to undefend our base here and then run back and chase shades around for a while and let him just push my depots down and kill my base? No, not ideally. That's not what we want to do. We know the army is still out there. So what we can do, again, is select the army, move towards where the shades are going, and then green box a big chunk of my army as well. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it, and tell it to come back to the front of the door. And then stop touching our units. Like, just, like, if this fight happens, just be like, green box this area, attack the area. So that's what we do right here, which is how we don't die right now. So I selected the army, I went back to the main. I then grabbed a chunk of my army, and I said, not all of it, but a chunk of it. And I was like, you guys come back. And now what's happening is all these units are going back to the main. Those medevacs are back to the main. New rallies are coming over here. And these units are sitting here. And what happens while I kill these adepts? He's thinking to himself, I'm totally fucking this Terran over by distracting him. And he's coming back to the main. I'm now going to hit him again with multi-prong. But we predicted that, right? We know that he wants to do that because his army was literally just there a second ago. And this is just a distraction. So if we do what I had, if we defend it the way we just talked about, our army is still here when he shows up, and he's like, ah, shit. Okay, I guess it looks like I can't break that. And now the Adepts die to the Marines in my main base that were A-moved earlier. And if he didn't die in the main base, we still have our tanks sieged. And the natural, that would still clean up shit in the natural. And the problem solved. Nice.
Additional supply
Now, even though we're the ones that lost more over that whole fight, we're the ones who have more because we're just overall macroing stronger than our opponent. We have more workers, we have more supply, we have more everything. Even though we're the ones who keep losing fucking bases. Now, look, he snipes my next base. Right when it lands, and we're starting to set it up, he comes over and fucking kills it. Sucks, right? You're like, oh my god.
depleted. Add-on.
But does it matter? We're doubling his supply almost. It's annoying, right? But again, he's doing things that are micro-intensive at the cost of macro right now. Meanwhile, we're just macroing. So even though we've lost more resources than him by quite a bit,
Upgrade complete.
and we've lost 2 bases already, it's okay. Because we have more shit overall. By a lot. Now here's finally what the fights look like, right? This is also no stim pack. We didn't even have stim pack right now. We did not have stim pack. Unfortunately, it was a bit of an oversight. Disruptor shots blow up our Marines like crazy, make a big blood pile. But does it matter? Again, if it comes down to the cost of macro, we still have a lot. Half of our army sits there for a second, and then it finally comes over. But again, we have just a solid macro here. Finally, a Colossus comes out. Our Thors are on high impact payload though, and they're beating the crap out of that Colossus.
Research complete.
Some of our units are chasing, some of our units are just by default sitting here as well, and they're killing the Nexus. And now it's the same exact thing that happened to us a game ago against the Zerg player, where this guy is now falling behind, and now once you're behind, it's really hard to not be behind anymore. Once you get behind, it's really hard to stop yourself from dying. It's like, well, in StarCraft 2, the way it works is it's like you're a boat on water, and once you get behind, it's like 3 holes were just punched into the bottom of your ship. And then you're spinning the entire time. If your goal is to get from point A to point B in that boat of water, but now you get behind in the process, instead of actually just rowing like your boat or like raising the sail to go forward, now you spend all your time getting a bucket just like trying to get water out of your boat before your boat entirely sinks. Like the whole plan changes, and it's like, oh my god, we're trying not to die anymore rather than trying to actually play the game properly. So now that he's behind, he's in the I'm trying not to die phase, and it doesn't really do a lot because we're able to keep piling the pressure on constantly, and he eventually just dies.
Base is under
He actually pushes us, and then he just gets immediately pushed back with our army because again we're maxed out again and again and again. He's half the supply, and there's only so much you can do, and then he just dies. Right? No money. No monies. Okay. Next game. Nice. Next game. Try and stack my mineral patches. Get my command center rallied here for the new SCV to pop and go there. Stack a close patch. Stack a close patch, and great. All our close patches are stacked. Things are going wonderful. Things are going great, guys.
additional supply
Oh,
depots required.
yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Quag, for the prime. What up?
SCV ready. Yeah.
Let's transfer some SCVs to the gas. Again, what are we doing the entire time in the start of the game? I'm trying to manage my stacking of my mineral lines, right? This is the whole thing I'm doing right now. When nothing else is going on in the game, I'm just trying to make sure I stack my close patches first and leave them stacked, and then periodically fill in my far patches after and then leave those stacked. It's the whole goal, right? Let's actually cancel this, or let's let that SCV finish. It's all good. We kind of fucked it up, right? Because it should be an orbital because the barracks just finished. So we'll go command center and then we'll make an orbital right now.
Not enough minerals.
And again, this is the hardest part too, is not fucking your build up while trying to get good at stacking your patches. It's starting to teach you how to multitask in a defensive, repetitive way. Multitask gets even harder when you have to do it aggressively, where it's not the same thing every game. Your opponents all play different, so then you have to deal with situations at hand and not always the same thing. Let's make a factory.
Command center upgrade complete.
Drop a mule. Make an SCV.
This better be good.
Stack a patch. Make our reactor. What's our opponent got? He's got no expansion. Okay, so we'll come back, and he also locked me out of his base. So all we're gonna do, same thing as we always do if our opponent doesn't want to expand, is we'll go home and we'll make a bunker.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
Make a third Rex. Make a bunker.
SCV ready.
And again, we're not going to make walls against Terran anymore. Remember that, guys?
Complete.
Let's not make walls against Terran anymore. And why? Because Terran is all about, like, setting up sieges on you and shit. And if we make a bunch of depots here, and he sieges them all down and kills them all, it's just going to be a waste of our money and our time, because our supply is going to get supply blocked. We still want a supply depot wall against Zerg and Protoss, because it's really helpful against, like, Zealots and Lings and shit. But against Terran, not so good. It doesn't really serve that much of a purpose.
Big job.
Okay, let's go ahead and load up the bunker.
SCV ready.
Let's make a tech lab. Make our starport.
SCV ready.
We can make our tank siege.
Roll it.
Make another depot.
What's going on?
Like another depot up here.
SCV ready. This better be good.
Add-on complete.
Okay, we can get stim pack.
Additional supply depots.
Make another
required.
depot. We're supply blocked. Keep making
Additional
units.
supply depots required.
Make a tank.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
SCV ready.
Let's make another depot. We can also make depots around our base too. Oh, look at that. We're getting dropped. So let's go ahead and A-move towards the drop. Let's unsiege our tank. A-move towards it. We can grab our SCVs and A-move towards it as well. Just A-move towards the drop.
SCV ready.
Re-rally point towards it as well.
Oh, yeah.
THX for doing the B2GM series, keeps me in the game.
No worries. Thank you very much, dude, for the 6-month resub. Shrike Tomb. Thanks, man.
Not enough
Okay,
energy.
let's go ahead and regroup some units here really fast.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
SCV ready.
And now look at our money, right? Our money's kind of high. Our situation's kind of fucked up, so let's take a third base. Why are we taking a third base? I can't produce anymore. I'm like tapped out here. Okay. Now let's grab a couple more SCVs. Let's like grab like the excess saturation or something.
Research.
Re-rally to the main. And let's now A-move towards my main base. One more time.
SCV ready. Got it.
Fix my economies. Take our gases. Take our gas again. That way we can actually make units properly.
Coming through. SCV ready.
Uh, And am I freaking out? Am I freaking out right now, guys? Not really. And you want to know why? I bet I'm still ahead in this game. I'm probably... Am I guaranteeing that? No, I'm not guaranteeing that. But do I feel like I'm probably still ahead? There's a good chance. And why is that? Because that attack was supposed to win the game. That's what I think. I think that he was probably supposed to win the game there with that. Because he's not macroing shit behind that. Okay, he's attacking me again. Grab my stuff. Go off the mineral line. Hold shift. Go back to the mineral line. Okay, he's going to go behind both my mineral lines now. So let's now put Marines on both sides. That way we don't have to deal with that shit constantly being annoying. Let's make another SCV. Or, sorry, let's make another gas. And now let's take all of our gases because we have a lot of SCVs, right? This game's a bit of a clusterfuck at this point. It's a kerfuffle. It's a kerfuffle, guys. Drop some mules here at my new third base.
Command center upgrade.
Keep macroing. Keep trying to produce. Put SCVs on this gas down here. Get our starport. Get another depot because we don't want a supply block. We can build a couple of engineering bays for upgrades. Just 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. Make a tank. Okay, now he's hitting my third base. Okay, another drop. Okay, let's go ahead and lift off this command center then. We can try and run it back. It might die. It's okay. If it dies, it dies. This guy's super aggressive. Okay, he's not sieging his tank, so we can... Oh, hello. Let's go and land our third base over here. Transfer some SCVs to that gas. Keep making units. 4-5, 4-5, 4-5. Let's have an SCV go repair that command center and then mine minerals. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look what I see. Our Terran opponent is relocating, right? Am I going to react to it right now, though? Not really. Let's just wait. That is obviously what he's doing, though, but it's okay. And the scan in the main is also a sign of him probably wanting to drop right here, like a smartass. But we're just going to keep macroing, guys. We're waiting. We're putting our army in the middle between our bases. And look what we see. My god, it's an attack in the main, right? This means he's probably going to attack the third base. But it's fine. We'll lift it off again if it comes down to it. So now he scans. We're A moving towards it. Now he's attacking here. Let's go ahead and A move towards his army with medevacs. Let's unsiege our tanks. Let's lift off our command center so it doesn't die. Try and run it back again. And now once again, let's A move towards his army, and this time we're going to stim pack. We have stim pack now. Okay, keep making units, make some SCVs, stuff like that. Land our command center. Okay, now he's attacking into my natural. So do the same thing there. A move, stim pack towards the natural. Keep making SCVs, guys. This guy's all aggro. Okay, let's get an armory. Let's start making Thors. No more tanks. Let's siege our tanks. Because this guy's so aggressive and he's all over the place, let's siege like one tank per base. Okay, let's make another command center. Let's make a couple more barracks so we can actually make more units. Keep making SCVs. Don't stop. Fix my economies wherever they have a problem. Get combat shield. Repair this command center, shift the mineral line. Repair this command center, shift the mineral line. Start making Thors. Get Thor weapons, vehicle weapons, whatever. Okay. Let's go ahead and stim pack this area. And we might actually die right now. It's okay. We'll just run away. Try and lift the command center off again. If it dies, it dies. Just build another command center over here. It died. Okay. Get my army grouped up.
Base is under attack.
Okay, lift off this command center because he's also killing that. Get our Marines kind of back. Let's make our Thor high impact payload Thor.
Mineral field depleted.
Let's go ahead and just take a different base. Let's take the top right base. This guy's not allowing me to expand. Let's attack towards this Liberator.
Up research complete.
Okay, it's dead.
Add-on complete.
Keep making units.
Our SCVs
Get 2-2
are
started.
mineral field depleted.
We can scan once. That's his army, right? Let's go ahead and just grab our SCVs and go like this. Grab our SCVs. A move. Select all army. A move with Stimpack. Because this guy's killing my SCVs the entire time. He's just literally fucking sieging them every time they pass by back and forth. So if we just did that instead, suddenly the fight goes a lot better for us, right? Okay, let's go ahead and make a planetary at this base. Make this all not a planetary. Make that just orbital, because we need 3 orbitals, right? Keep macroing, guys.
Not enough.
Am I breaking down and falling apart right now? Not ideally. Trying to recover as much as we can here, right? Main base needs to be fixed. Fix that. Natural needs to be... It's good. We just fixed it. This base needs to be fixed. Fix that.
Complete.
Cool. This base can have some SCVs too.
Not enough.
Keep
energy.
macroing.
Not enough minerals.
Don't panic. When your opponents play extra aggressive, they want you to play like shit.
Command center
But as long as you don't play like shit, your chances of winning go way up. We still have a good economy.
What's going on?
And look, this base is starting to get saturated, so what are we going to do? Let's expand again.
SCV ready.
Our SCVs
Okay, now he's
are under
attacking
attack.
another base. So let's get ready to go attack it again.
Base is under
We can
attack.
try and repair it.
SCV ready.
Let's go ahead and Stimpack our army. And go attack towards it. We're making units, we're making SCVs. We're making all that stuff, guys. Now he's also hitting my main Liberators. And if you happen to see this, you know what you can do? You can just re-rally point your main base.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
SCV ready.
Keep making SCVs.
This better be good.
And now he's doing the same thing with my natural. Take our group of units here we just made and just A move towards my natural.
SCV ready.
Keep making SCVs.
SCV ready.
It's annoying, right? I know it seems annoying, but this is how you have to be able to play. You have to be able to play to the fact of macro while under pressure. If you can't do this, you cannot play high level. Pressure is just a natural course of action in high level. Higher level. Okay, keep making units. Okay, at this point, guys, I feel like we have control again. Let's go ahead and do 2 drops. 1 drop, go on the right side.
ETA, 1 minute.
1 drop, go on the
Ready
left
for
side.
pickup? Let's go.
Keep making units. Keep dropping mules whenever we can. Keep making SCVs. This guy keeps killing all my economy over and over and over and over. But are we breaking and crumbling?
Somebody
No.
get me out of this mess.
We're not. Okay. So it looks like we just scouted that. He's attacking that base. So let's go ahead and attack towards there. Tell medevac number 1 to go back down to his base again. Tell medevac 2 to continue to go to his base again. Because we don't want to fuck up these drops, right?
Lights here.
So what's going on here?
Base
There's a base
is
there.
under
Drop it.
attack.
Cool. Can repair this.
Mineral field depleted.
We can Stimpack this whole army right here. And this drop right here, we can like drop right here. Because is there a base here? There's a base here. Cool,
Now
drop
what?
it. Let's go ahead and make our planetary. Keep making SCVs. Notice how a game that looks like you're getting your ass handed to you all day can turn around so fast if your opponent just doesn't macro like you do. How many SCVs died this game for us? We lost 95 SCVs. I lost 95 fucking SCVs. 95. And yet, even though I lost 95 SCVs, I still have 65. My opponent only lost 9 SCVs. And how many does he have? He has 27. Which means this entire game he made a total of 36. Which means that this guy is a very aggressive player who does not macro. So let's watch. Let's go back and watch it. Let's go back and watch this shit, dude. Look at the supply. Look at the workers. My opponent's ahead in supply. We're very close. Now we're ahead. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. And we're ahead in workers, right? We have more workers than he does. Why is that? We expanded. He went for tech right away. He just went straight 111, 111, 111. Like, if you don't know what 111 means, it means Rax Factory Starport. He went one of each production building in the tech path. 111. We went 1-1. Ours is kind of like 2-1. 2-1-1. But it's like the order of what we build it is Rax Factory, Rax Starport. So ours is a bit unique. Ours is cheaper, but it gives us more economy, right? That's the trade-off. It gives us more economy. Now look. Our opponent drops us. Our opponent gets into our base and he drops us. He's all about it. He scans ahead. He's like, oh, look at that open mineral line. Oh, baby. He goes for it. Again, we're not microing at all. All we do, we could have had two options. One could have been I could have moved my SCVs back. The other could have been I could have A-moved my SCVs into him, and we chose to A-move my SCVs into him while we then A-moved our army towards him. Stimpack's not done yet, by the way. Also, because the drop is way the fuck over here on the side of my main base, we unsiege our tanks because it's our one tank because it's super out of position right now. It's super out of position. And look at what we lose. We lose fucking everything, right? It's like, oh my god, we just got fucking owned right there. Micro could have been better, but again, we're not microing at all. We're not focus firing that tank either, which is a big deal. But we just lost everything. And it's like, God, Jesus. Okay. Rough start, right? My next tank even spawns and it dies right away. Bit of a rough start, right? It's like, oh, Jesus, Vibe. Damn, dude. That's fucking brutal. Vibe already lost 2,200 resources when his opponent only lost 475. But do you want to know why it's not that? Yes, it's a big deal. But do you want to know why it's recoverable? Because look at our economy. I'm still mining more than he is. Even though I just lost that, yes, now I'm mining less gas than he is because this is my gas. I don't have gas the natural, but this is my gas and it's now lower.
Let's watch this shit, boys.
Yo, Lucid Quiet, thank you for the dollar donut, dude. So I'm still mining more than he is, which means I can recover faster. I can recover pretty fast. And he kills more buildings. He kills more buildings. I'm making more units. He starts focus firing my factory. In a second here. There we go. He starts focus firing my factory now. I'm just building things, building things. I'm just recovering, building things. Look at the SUV count. I'm actually ahead again. My tank pops out. My factory dies. And now look at my natural, right? Because we made so many SUVs. I had 24 a second ago. So I grab a bunch of SUVs and I A-move back towards my main base. And why I do this is because they just absorb damage from the tank, which is going to, like, his tank will shoot my SUVs, which is going to allow my Marines and tank to overpower him, right? This is minimal micro. So he kills some of my SUVs with that. And then we just kill his tank and Marines. We clean up. After we clean up, and you guys, this is where I said, remember how I was like, guys, I feel like I'm probably ahead right now. Remember how I said that? Look at this. Supply is identical. Worker count, we're still in the lead. Expansion-wise, we're both on 2 bases now, yet my expansion is an orbital. His with full saturation. His expansion is a normal command center with no saturation. I'm actually ahead right now. The only thing he's ahead in, that is ahead of me, is he's got more tech because he has a starport that has an add-on, and I don't have that yet. And he also killed my factory, so I got to rebuild that. So he's ahead by having a factory, and I lost mine, and he has an add-on on the starport. That is the only thing he's ahead in. Everything else I am ahead on right now. I have more economy, and I have a better orbital situation going on right now. Also, I have more production overall because I already have my second Rax done, and he's still now building his. So I will be able to scale faster than he can. And then this guy as well is distracting the shit out of himself by constantly trying to micro units in my face. We end up killing the Liberator. It's all G. But look at the economy now. We're now 7 workers ahead again.
Wanna give for those who don't have anything but use B2GM. Vibe, I run into your B2GM type build mindset all day. It enriches the ladder so much.
Yo, thank you very much, Doug. I appreciate it, man. And I'm glad it's helping a lot of people out. That's sick. It's literally how you should be playing StarCraft at lower levels, and then you can develop as a real StarCraft player once you're like Diamond Plus, with like micro and shit like that. But look what's happening here, right? Our opponent does another full Doom drop, right? It's like, oh god, the Doom drop is once again happening, and he's pushing me all over again. And we lift off the command center. We lose another batch of SCVs. Now, at this point, I've already lost 32 SCVs. The amount of SCVs I have lost is the same amount of SCVs that my opponent has made in total. We've made 43 on top of losing 32. So even though I've lost the same amount of SCVs my opponent has in the entirety of what his SCV count is, I'm still maintaining a lead of 11, and I'm still maintaining a worker supply lead as well.
I'm gonna pull an old man and say back in the day we only had day 9 briefly bring up macro as a concept but no practical application.
Yo, Doug, thank you, man. Much love. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The reason why most people don't make B2GM series the way I'm making it right now,
Younger players have no idea how good this shit is.
they don't. And the reason why, you want to know what, let me give you a reality check here. You want to know why most high level players will not tell you what I'm telling you right now? It's because it's fucking exhausting to do
I
it.
love this series, especially the Terran, which is not your favorite, so thank you.
Yo, Ancient One, holy shit, dude. Thank you very much for the 250. Oh my god. It's fucking huge dono. Thank you very much, dude. Holy shit. I'm glad you like the series, especially the Terran one, and you know, I'm glad I'm doing Terran for you. Terran is definitely my least favorite race, but I'm glad you like it. And dude, thank you so fucking much for the massive, massive amount of support, dude. You're a fucking boss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jesus Christ. But yeah, like most people that are high level guys, they'll usually tell you shit like, guys, just macro. And then a lower level player will argue with them and be like, but blah, 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 blah. And a higher level player will immediately be like, ignored. Fuck it. I already lost interest in that situation. I'm going to move on now. It's too exhausting to try to convince a lower level player that macro is important when they want to do other things. Like, they just literally don't have the patience. And I'm not going to lie, I've done this series 4 times, and I'm even feeling it this time too. In this last series, my patience is definitely running a bit thin this time around on just like trying to teach people StarCraft. It's getting exhausting. It's definitely an exhausting thing because it's such a complex game, and really trying to break it down can definitely be exhausting. But anyways, our opponent, once again, he's all about attacking, right? He's all about attacking. And even though he's doing tons of damage to us, we're taking a fuckload of damage. Does it matter if we're mining more than he is the entire time? It doesn't matter. Doug, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs as well, dude. Vibu gift in the chat for Doug. Yeah. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you. And look, now he's killing my other base again, right? It's like, good God, this guy just never stops. And then we remember how we called it too. You remember, guys? You remember how I fucking called it? You can read playstyles. Yeah. We're not reading them yet, really. And I'm also not here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Here's what could have happened. Remember how I talked about how I saw his medevac going down? And remember how I said he's going to drop the main base? And then remember how I saw his Liberator in the main base instead of my drops? And then I said, now he's going to push the 3rd. You can tell what someone's going to do before they do it. You can fucking tell what they're going to do before they do it based on how they move their units and what units they're using. And these are things we're going to do, we're going to deal with later on. But you know what I could have done to fuck this guy over, this kind of a playstyle? If I can predict what he's going to do before he does it, because I know what he's doing, I could stim pack all my Marines down here, and I could just snipe medevac, 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 and then his style is completely dead in the water because he has no macro to follow it up. He's hoping to God that you just crumble through it. Doug, thank you for the bits, dude. Much love. Fucking my nose. But yeah, if this guy's whole playstyle would fall apart if Marines were out here and he just stim pack down 3 medevacs, then he would just die. So, and again, it's also crippling his own build at home because even though I'm taking so much damage, he's still so far behind. Vibe, is this going to be Terran all day today? Honestly, I didn't want it to be that, but because it's taking a long time again, I probably will be, yeah. He drops my base. Goes for his attacks again. He kills another round of SCVs all over again. We now, in terms of SCV count, we've now lost 46. But does it matter? Not a whole lot. We A move him. We don't even siege our tanks. And we win the fight. Why? Because we have more. We just have more. And we keep scaling faster than him. Now look at him. He drops my other, or he runs Marines at my other base. And we have, and he kills more SCVs. How many Marines SCVs have died now? 53 SCVs have died now. Look at my SCV count. I'm still holding the lead. Playing like this in lower leagues is going to keep you lower league for longer. You have to be able to do a baseline of macro before you can do anything in this game. And he pushes again. This guy never stops attacking, right? I try to kill the Liberators. I can't quite do it because, again, I didn't micro it. I didn't focus fire. He kills my tank. He kills my command center. He kills all this shit. Looks like a good fight, right? You're like, oh, dude, that Terran just fucking... He killed all the Marines. He killed the command center. He killed all the SCVs there. SCV count now in total has died. 60 SCVs have died. Yet he's still behind in supply by 8. He's still fucking behind. Lower level players don't... This is like magic to lower level players. They're like, what? How the fuck is Vibe not dead yet? Let alone not dead. How is he still somehow ahead? He kills my tank with the Liberator. We then kill the Liberator. He then tries to siege my base. Yet I'm after my tank dies and after he sieges my base and more SCVs are dying in the process, I'm still ahead by 5 supply. And then we just A-move it because we're tired of our SCVs getting shot. And we crush his army. And now look at the situation after we crush the army. Once again, not only ahead in workers, but ahead in supply. Also ahead in base count. Now let's not only look at that, let's look at upgrades really fast. Tanks, 0-0. My Thor, 1-0. We're already leading in upgrades on the tanks. Now let's look at our Marines. We're 1-1. Let's look at his Marines. 0-0. Does he have an engineering base? Nope. This guy is playing the all-in game. This does not scale well as you get higher level. And now look at us. We already have level 2-2 on the way. He has not even started an engineering bay yet, which means his army is going to be such a weak-ass wet noodle as the game progresses further and further and further. Which is why, in this fight, he gets fucking steamrolled, because it's upgrades versus no upgrades. He also doesn't have combat shield, and we do. So it's 1-1 combat shield Marines versus 0-0 combat shield-less Marines. Both of them have stim pack, but these Marines are going to get fucking just destroyed. Our opponent is foregoing all these different things about macro to attack me constantly. He's worrying more about fucking me over than about playing solidly himself. This is a fallacy of StarCraft 2. You don't want to play like this. Look what happens when this happens. Look what happens when you play like that. You just get steamrolled over time. That was a horrible fight. And now suddenly, for the first time in this game, I've taken the actual lead, like a real full-on lead. Like, for instance, what I mean by that is for the first time in this game, I didn't have to lose like 20 SCVs to win a fight. I actually just won the fight, straight up. Because enough time had passed in this game where I out-macroed him, and now I didn't have to pull SCVs this time to win the fight, and I just ran his ass over, and now that happened one time, just once, I now have double his supply. And also 2-2 is almost done. So then look what happens with the first time we actually attack his base. Now we have good positioning in this game, I now send my drops out. One of my drops flies over Marines and dies, basically. The other drop comes down here. And, sorry, it doesn't actually die. It didn't die. It lived. We dropped over here, and this drop killed, what does it kill? As it lands, we now have finally started killing SCVs. 2 SCVs have died. These Marines are 2-2 versus 0-0. And we're just fucking wiping him right here so hard. This is not even a real fight. We just destroyed him. Not even one Marine died for us. Or I think one Marine actually did die. You get the point, though. And then over here, we're dropping this base, too. It's just a scout. It's just a scout as well. It's just a scout. It wasn't even actually an attack. And what happens with his actual attack? This was his actual attack, right? His actual attack, once again, is like 2 tanks, 16 Marines, 2 Marauders, and 3 medevacs. Have you noticed how throughout this entire game, our opponent's attacks have never really gotten bigger. It's always been like this size. It was this size when he attacked me right there. It was this size again when he attacked me right there twice. It's his army is always like this size, and then he attacks, and then he attacks, and then he attacks. But yet our army the first couple times was small, medium. Suddenly our army every time we fight now is large, because we're maxing out. We're getting closer and closer to maxing out. Our opponent never even like expects to go past 100 supply throughout the entire game because he keeps throwing units away over and over and over. This is just how you should play, like the macro wise. It's more stressful when you don't know what's going on and you don't know how to read a game. But once you start feeling confident in how to read a game, playing like that is mandatory. And here's the crazy thing. It's not just like this is where, again, every low level player completely, the point goes like this. Like right over their fucking head. This does not mean we're never going to attack somebody. It just means if you can't macro, you need to work on your macro so that when you actually do attack someone, your macro doesn't suck ass. Because in a real game, if I played a real Diamond Plus player who can actually macro, if he would have killed 95 SCVs, 100% chance I would have lost that game. 100% chance I would have lost that game. The only reason why I won that game is because his macro let me win. His macro was so bad because he didn't do it ever that even though I took so much damage, I still won the game. That is why I won the game. And again, I'm not trying to pick on anyone. It's just the fact of lower level players. Lower level players avoid the main issue of what's important in StarCraft 2, which is your macro. They just literally go like, oh, that's not important. I don't need to worry about that really. It's not a big deal. I can micro my way out of everything. But if you micro and you actually take a couple good fights, but you don't macro while you do it, well, guess what? You're still behind, even though you did a good fight. It's crazy concept, but it is very real. It's a crazy concept. Crazy. Macro is everything in this game. Do you get less bored when you start microing at Diamond? Yes. Do I want to micro? Fuck yeah. Guys, you have no idea how much I want to fucking micro. Do I enjoy playing Gold League level games? I fucking hate it. It's mind-numbingly boring for me. It sucks cock. It's not fun at all. I'm doing it for you guys, not for me. I'm doing it for the sake of a guide. I'm not doing it because I think it's fun. People really like it, which is why I do it. But the thing is you shouldn't do it. This is the hardest thing to explain, is you shouldn't do it if it punishes you. Like if it's going to cause a problem for you, because if you're gonna micro and you're not gonna macro, well, guess what? You're literally breaking the entire concept of the entire series I've been trying to make here. You're not macroing. The whole point of the entire series is learn how to macro. Learn how to macro and you will get better. And if you go, well, how about I just micro instead? Oh, well, it looks like you're doing someone else's B2GM series, not quite vibes. Because that's not what I taught you how to do. I thought you had to fucking macro and then micro once you can macro properly. Not micro when you can't do shit and then just fail every time and lose games and not understand why. Micro is such a double-edged sword. It will fuck you over more than it will help you when you do it low level. Look, we're getting all in again, guys. Holy shit, right? Every Terran player. Oh my god, aggression. Our opponent walled himself into one base, and I can't see what he's doing. Oh my god, I don't know what he's doing. It's okay. I'll just make a bunker, and I will just macro out of the situation. I would not be surprised if the exact same game happens again, where this guy just overly attacks us with drops and shit, and I'm just like, or a battlecruiser warps in my base, and I'm like, nice. There's a BC in my base. Well done. I don't care about any of it. Why? Because I'm gonna macro. I already know I'm in terms of like how long this game could last. If this game lasts longer and longer and longer and longer, I already know I'm ahead. Why? My opponent is not expanding. He's not expanding. Triple depot right off the bat, walling out the base. You can't afford a command center while you do that. It's too much. I only had one depot when I got to his base. He had 3 already. Okay. Let's make a tank.
Command center upgrade complete.
Let's go ahead and drop a couple mules. Make SCVs. Is this the same guy? I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't even matter though. If it was or wasn't, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and make a depot in my fog of war of my base. Why? Oh, God. Oh, look at that. Holy shit. I didn't even know he was doing that. Guys, I didn't even know. He's fucking proxy racks me in my base. So let's do this. Grab my SCVs, A move the area. So A move the area. Grab my SCVs and A move the area. Rally my shit over there. Keep making SCVs. A move, guys. Keep making SCVs. Keep dropping mules and stuff.
Not enough.
Am I worried about the fight right now? No. I'm worried about flawlessly macroing right now. Let's make another tank.
Not enough.
I actually need gas for that. How's that going? Oh, we already won. Okay, let's go ahead and saturate our gases again. Pull our SCVs off. Again, this is just shit where people play like this for fun. People just do this kind of shit to be silly and it's funny and it's whatever. It's totally fine. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. It's time to freak out. Yeah, right? Oh my god, it was so scary. I just pulled my SCVs and attacked his ass. A move.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay, we need supply depots. We're actually blocked. And at this point now, too, this is not the time to worry about...
Supply depots required.
It's not the time to worry about your perfect mineral line saturation in your main base. Who gives a shit at this point? Like, it's like, remember how I talked about if you have like 30, 40 SCVs? We have 32 right now. It gets less and less and less impactful as you get more. And there's more shit to worry about later on in the game. So we're not really too worried about it anymore. It's fine. If it's a 3-on-1 patch, at this point, they're already halfway mined out anyways. And we're getting more economy as we go. So money's going to flow fast either way at this point. We need to worry about more important shit. Let's actually start another command center because this base is getting close to full saturation. Throw in a couple more depots. It's time to offensively GG. No, I'm not going to offensively GG. That's mean. He's just having fun, right? He's just doing whatever he wants to do. Again, you guys can do whatever you want to do. Not like if you are listening to my series and you're like, Vibe, this doesn't seem like that's that much fun. You know what? Do whatever you think is fun. I don't mind. I'm not mad at you. If you want to play weird styles like proxying barracks in your opponent's base every game, by all means, it's a video game, right? Have fun. Do whatever you like. I'm not gonna get mad at you for that. Have fun. But if your opinion of fun is winning and getting better and being competitive, which is what this game thrives off of, is competitive players, then you should probably try to do something that'll make you better, right? It's the Vibes B2GM series, the series on how to get better at StarCraft, not the series on how to troll people. If trolling people makes you have fun, then fucking troll people. It's really up to you. Whatever you're in charge of your own destiny. Okay, let's go ahead and start our engineering base. Their command center is done. Let's make an orbital.
Not enough minerals.
Siege our tank. Oh my god, what is wrong with this tank? Let's make an armory. Start our upgrades. Get our gases properly saturated. Pick up Marines that are medevacs. And check the map for expansions. Okay. Okay, there's some depots out there. Okay. So random. Keep macroing. Let's go ahead and make a couple more racks because we have a lot of money and we don't want to have a lot of money. We want to definitely, we can also make another command center really fast because this space is going to be like instantly fully saturated. So let's grab a chunk of SCVs, take them off, and like start another command center right here. And there we go. We're still one over. Grab another one, send it over. Keep making units. Let's start combat shield.
Not enough minerals.
Keep making medevacs and stuff.
Not enough minerals. Not
And now we know this guy's on 2 bases or maybe 1 base. So let's take this medevac, boost into his main mineral line. Take this medevac, boost into the natural mineral line, drop it.
Oh, yeah.
Take our gases at our 3rd. Build some more depots. Tim the Enchanter, thank you very much for the 25-month resub, dude. Make a couple reactors. Fix my economy. It's oversaturated. Transfer some SCVs here on these gases properly. Tell all the rest of my SCVs to go to the new base we just made. Up there. Transfer like 4 more off that base and have them go there as well, so we're properly saturated.
SCV ready.
Nice. Let's make a couple more depots. What's going on up here? We got battle cruisers. Okay, so he's a battle cruiser guy. So let's go ahead and build a turret, a turret,
Add-on.
a turret, and a turret. Make this a planetary. We can make another command center again here, and make a turret as well with shift command, and then shift command the mineral line. Keep making units.
Research.
Upgrades are done for 1-1. Let's drop some mules here, and let's start 2-2. Let's go back to our mules. Or, sorry, engineering bays, start 2-2. Get level 1 weapons if we didn't start it. We did. Cool.
Ready for dust.
Oh,
And yeah,
yeah.
Not,
we're just macroing.
not enough minerals.
This better be good.
Mineral field depleted.
SCV count currently is at 82. We're just about there. Just about done.
Command center upgrade complete.
We can make a couple more depots.
What's going on?
Transfer some more SCVs off this base and go to the new base we just made.
Go, go, go. Who wants some?
Okay, transfer even more.
Base is
Alright, now look, we're getting attacked, right? Oh my god, there's a battle cruiser in my base. Make sure my Thorin is in high impact payload. And let's go attack towards it.
You want a piece of me?
And now, if he flies away like that, let's start making Vikings. Instead of playing this guy's game of being a troll flying off the edge of the map, constantly being like, just, how about we just make a couple of fucking Vikings? And now, look at our supply, right? We're getting a lot of money, so we added some supply. And our supply is like maxed out. So how about we just go attack him now? Get my army, go to his base. We just saw where he expanded towards a second ago. Let's make this a planetary. Let's take another base again while we're at it.
Big job, huh?
upgrade complete.
Get another upgrade here.
Armed and ready.
Grab all these buildings into my control group. Make some more over here. Maybe make like a couple more over here or something.
Gotcha.
Okay, grab all these. Grab all these. And we need one more, and then we're good. Cool. Take my army. Check his third, because there's an SCV going there. Okay, he just started it. Okay, it's dead. Now take my army and let's go like this. A move into his
Command
natural.
center upgrade
Stim pack.
complete.
Let's make tech labs. Let's make tech lab
Mineral field
reactor.
completed.
We're waiting for all these other ones to finish. Let's make one more tech lab on another racks in a second, and then yeah, GG. Sorry, I didn't say hi. My bad. I don't ever realize when people say hi to me. I'm always so consumed with reading chat and shit. Okay, so now look at this game, guys. Let's see how this game opens, right? Let's see what the differential was after this guy did his little lifted racks into my base situation. How does the game look after this? So when do we scout it? Okay, I just tried to make it a depot right there, right? So now, oh my god, sound the alarms, we've spotted it, right? Oh my god, he's here. He's in my base, holy shit. I've got 5 more SCVs than he does. I've got 3 more supply than he does. I'm also mining more than he is, by a lot. So I'm going to build faster than he is by rather quickly. So now, what do? I just literally unload my bunker. I A-move all my Marines. I select all army, A-move towards this area. I then grab my SCVs, and I A-move towards this area because this is a full all-in. So let's watch and see what happens after I lose a bunch of SCVs and kill this. What's the current final verdict going to be on SCVs? I bet I'm still going to be ahead, or otherwise we're going to be very close to being tied. Because yes, I am going to lose some SCVs here. That is a guarantee. I'm definitely going to lose SCVs here. But he doesn't even have a natural command center, and we do. So my tank isn't even fucking helping either. It's shooting the tech lab, right? Oh my god, what if the tank was shooting the marauders? Suddenly less SCVs would die. My tank actually shoots that marauder at least, but then it goes back to shooting the tech lab. Like, this fucking marine is also not shooting it either. He's shooting the tech lab as well. Not the greatest A move by us. And as a result of that, I've lost 9 SCVs in the first 4 minutes of the game. And I'm still ahead by 1 worker. After all said and done. And it's only going to get even more extreme again because I already have a natural. Now I'm ahead by 3 workers. Now I'm ahead by 4. Now I'm ahead by 5. Why? Now I'm ahead by 6. Now I'm ahead by 7. Why am I ahead? Because my opponent is being fucking crazy. He's chaos. He's playing Chaos Craft. He's being chaotic. He's doing random shit. He's trolling me, essentially. He's like, I'll just do random fucking stuff. He doesn't even have an orbital yet. Now I'm ahead by 12 SCVs. Macro is so important. You have to be able to play a flawless macro game to, like, have any chance. Oh, yeah, boys. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's right. Uh-huh. How can I see this units lost workers count in the middle of the screen in my replays? Hit Control R, and it will show you that. And look at that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Look at this, guys. Even though we're the ones who just took a ton of damage, right? Throughout this whole game and the opener of this game, I am the one who lost 9 SCVs to my opponent only losing 0. Resources lost. My opponent has lost more overall because he actually got himself backed into a corner and died. But, yeah, I mean, I'm the one who lost economy, right? But now I'm the one also who's more than doubling his supply. This happens every fucking time. This is gonna happen again and again and again and again and again. And guys, have you noticed a trend so far? I want to guys, Twitch channel, and people on YouTube in general. If you guys watch multiple series, have you noticed I've only had 2 types of opponents so far that I've struggled with. There's only been 2. One is somebody else who's doing B2GM series, and they're doing it like up to my quotas. They're doing a pretty decent job at it. Or a good job at it. They're like actually making me have a hard time doing doing a version of B2GM against me because they're actually macroing and they're trying to play a macro game. Those players have been harder to deal with than the average player. Not these fucking weird trolly cheesy players. The second type of player that we've had a hard time with is a genuine fucking smurf. Who is someone who's like, I'm playing at 270 APM right now in Silver 3. And, yeah, I'm also multi-progging you in 4 locations at once or 3 locations at once. And, of course, I'm Silver League. Yeah, no. It's been Smurf. We haven't run into too many, but there's been a couple. And B2GM players. Those are the 2 types of players we've been having a harder time with. Everyone else that is like this kind of shit where it's just like, I'm going to attack you with a weird all-in, and then I'm going to go mass Void Rays. I'm going to go mass Battle Cruisers. Not entirely. These games are a little bit more annoying, but they're nowhere near as difficult because in situations like this. Look at the fucking supply, guys. 39 supply versus 131. I almost have 100 more supply than my opponent. Almost like 4 times his supply. Right now. This is insane. It's because he doesn't have any work. He has 14 fucking SCVs. And yes, obviously we did kill some right here. This is what happened when our drops got here, right? Did we micro this at all? No, we didn't micro this at all. I just scouted the map for bases and I said drop the back of the mineral line. Drop the back of the mineral line. And this is what happened, right? This is the natural. This is what it looked like. We killed a couple SCVs and then suddenly we got aggroed onto some Cyclone Hellbat or Cyclone Hellion action. We kill a couple of more units and then our Marines ultimately die. And then that's the end of that drop. Oh, but now look at what that drop did, right? That drop also distracted him. John Banassi, thank you very much, dude, for the Twitch Prime. Much appreciated, man. Now here's the main drop. Look at this drop. This drop is fucking owning. That drop did a lot. We just killed the majority of the SCVs that we just killed just now, which is 20. We just killed about 18 of them on this drop right here. Or like 17 of them on that drop right there. There's a lot of SCVs that just died to that drop right there. So that was super good. And now it puts our opponent in a situation where he's just like super dead. And then, you know, from here, what does the game culminate to? One battlecruiser flying to my base. Right? This is it. This is the whole attack. One BC. Just fucking around, flying around. Again, if you're having fun, you're having fun, right? But that's never going to win against this. Not only that, but also look at this. Upgrades. 0, 0. 0, 0. I can't see the BCs yet because they're Yamatoing. 0, 0, 0 BCs. 0, 0 on everything for our opponent. Our Thor is 1, 0. Our Marines are 1, 1. Upgrades further than that, we have 2, 0 coming for Thors, and we have 2, 2 about to finish for Bio. It's the same fucking thing as last game. Our opponent does not upgrade. It's all early game. It's literally no future investment. It's just like, hopefully I can win in the first 10 minutes, and if I can't, I'll try again next time. I have no idea what I'm doing after 10 minutes. So that's how most people play StarCraft at lower levels. It's just like no emphasis on developing any type of a follow-up to anything. It's like, I'm going to do my one cheese, and if it fails, looks like I'll try again on someone else. And that's not how you want to play StarCraft. It's a very weak-minded playstyle. Some cuck. Oh, great. With a name like this, I'm looking forward to this game. We'll see. Is it real or is it not? Is it really some cuck? Good luck, have fun. So we just transferred. We just did a stack, a split of SCVs on the mineral line. Rally my command center to build my first depot, and let's try to stack close patches right now. Right? Stack that patch. Let's build our depot. Again, our build is still priority. Let's now try to go back and fix another mineral line. Okay, this patch needs one more, so let's send this at this guy right there. Boom. We kind of fucked up the command center. It's okay. It'll happen to you as well. I guarantee it. But now we've stacked all of our close patches. So now what are we going to do? From this point on, we're going to try and stack our far patches. So we're going to watch. Look at what patches have one per SCV. Like one SCV per patch. Try and stack those. And now that we want to build a gas, try and take an SCV off of a far patch to build a gas. See how there's much more methodical like gameplay than just like fucking wildly clicking around and just not giving a fuck. There's so much more shit that a higher level player will do at like all stages of the game that you can do yourself as well. And the more you practice it, the better you'll get in every facet. Like the more you practice mineral stacking, the better your precision with your mouse will be, which means the better your micro will be because you're more accurate with your mouse and you actually know how to look for small details. Okay, let's go ahead and rally our command center to our natural because the SCV and the barracks are going to finish about the same time. Let's also send our SCV to his base so we can scout him. Orbital Marine starting right now. Natural is going to start in just a second. And our SCV is going again to his base. Okay. Make our command center. Group our command center. Make a camera hotkey for it. Let's grab a far patch SCV and go build another depot while we build another Marine.
Not enough minerals.
What race is this again? It's Terran. Okay.
Command center
Keep making SCVs.
complete.
Drop a mule. Put our command center rallied on like another far patch. That only has one SCV on it. Okay, this guy is playing factory early. He's walled off. Notice how he's got already a wall done. We already have a wall done, but he has a factory. We don't have a factory, and there's no natural. What does this mean? How's our builds different? It means our opponent is going to be aggressive again, and we're going to be defensive. Our opponent's playing a build that's double gas, meanwhile we're playing a build that is one gas. Our opponent's playing a build that's more standard for higher level play because it involves attacking your opponent with timings and shit. So what are we going to do to fix this? Let's just build a bunker. Just like we do always. Same build again. Build a bunker. TVT, our opponent's being aggressive. Not a big surprise. Build a bunker.
complete.
Okay, let's build another barracks. Let's build our second gas. Keep building SCVs. Let's re-rally SCVs now to my natural.
Not enough energy.
Put some SCVs on that bunker. Make another depot
Command
so we don't
center
supply block.
upgrade. Not
Keep making
enough
SCVs.
minerals.
4-5, 4-5. That's the priority, right? 4-5 is definitely the priority. Now check my mineral
Not
line.
enough
Grab a
minerals.
couple SCVs to put them on the gas and go 2, 1, 3. Fix that. Send one over. 2, 2. Or there's 3 again. Send another one over. Send the other one that has 1. And now we have 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All of them have 2. Congratulations. We just made a good mineral line at the start of this game. Let's make another depot. Why did the depot not start here? It's like, it's blocked. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Let's make another tank.
Additional supply
Siege our tank on the high ground up here. Raise our depot so we can try to siege it without fucking up the depot placement. Siege it. Lower the depot. We're good to go.
Additional
Let's make a starport.
required.
Make another depot. And our opponent's also one basing us, right? So maybe we should also grab another CV up here and like make one more depot up here. What if he drops my main? I don't know. Let's get stim pack.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Let's get more mules dropping. We can siege our second tank in front of our natural. Put like 2 more marines in the bunker as well because it's not full.
SCV ready. Armed and ready.
Yeah, let's get ready to start a 3rd command center because we have enough money to do it.
SCV ready.
Make a reactor on my starport. Get another tank.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Get another depot somewhere.
SCV ready.
Keep making marines on 4-5. Keep making SCVs on number 5.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Tanks are good now. We have 3 tanks. We're happy. We're making starport with the reactor. We'll start doing that soon.
Not
Let's get our gases at our natural. Because of that also, let's get our upgrades started for our engineering base.
I'm going.
our
Okay, he's
SCVs
attacking my main
are
base
under
with a
attack.
fucking battle cruiser again. Okay,
SCV ready.
Add-on
let's go ahead and make... Because it's a battle cruiser, let's go ahead and start making a couple of Vikings.
minerals.
Siege our tank in the natural. Keep making SCVs. And move our fucking marines towards the area. Keep making units. Don't tunnel vision. Now, engineering bays are done, so let's start making turrets. Start making turrets. We can even unload our bunker and move marines towards the area
Are under attack.
to fight this shit. Okay, Vikings are about to spawn. Make a
Research
turret again.
complete.
Transfer some
Base
SCVs back
is under
because
attack.
we need to fix our economy. Cool. The battlecruiser died. Awesome. Definitely did a lot of damage, right? But it's dead at the same time. That's wonderful. Okay, we have a couple Vikings for the next battlecruiser if it happens again. So we're fine. And we also have turrets, so now we're
Command
okay.
center upgrade complete.
Let's go ahead and build a turret in the mineral line. Shift click the mineral line. Let's lift off this command center and send it over there because we want to start saturating our 3rd base. We need to get our upgrades for 1-1. Keep making 4-5, 4-5. Let's make our armory so we can start making Thors.
With the gear. SCV ready.
We can load up our bunker again because it's empty at this point. We kind of need to make sure that's not totally empty. What if he attacks us in the front of our base this time?
Not enough
'Kay.
minerals.
Main base is looking good again. We have full saturation there. Let's go ahead and also maybe drop down like 2 more racks because again now our money's going to start skyrocketing again just like it always does.
SCV
Or maybe like 3 racks.
enough
It's all G.
You want a piece
Give us more bio production and land our command center and start making SCVs for this base. Drop some mules at it. Keep making units 4-5, 4-5. Start making Thors when this is done because this is what is required to make a Thor.
SCV ready.
Okay.
SCV ready. Gotcha.
Let's
Additional minerals.
get the combat shield upgrade.
SCV ready.
Additional
We're supply blocked, so
depots
let's build some
required.
supply depots.
Big job, huh?
Okay, now he's attacking our base. So what's here? We We got another battlecruiser and some marines. Or, sorry, another, yeah, it's marines, battlecruisers, and some tanks. So let's just sit here for a second, okay? Re-rally. Just re-rally. Am I under threat right now? The answer is fucking no. I'm not. Do I care about what's happening right now? A little bit, but he's not attacking my SCVs yet. So let's do this. Rally all my command centers to the natural. Re-rally my third to my third. Take another SCV because we're fully saturated. Let's start another command center, another base. And let's just build units while we wait here. Why do I have to attack him yet? No reason. There's no reason why I have to attack him yet. This is the moment where a lower level player is going to panic and be like, oh my fucking god. Okay, now I got to attack because now he's attacking us. He's literally pushing at my natural, so now we go. Keep macroing. Don't fucking panic. Don't be like, I got to stare at that fight the whole time. Just macro. Select my army and move towards the area. Keep making SCVs. Keep making units. Keep making a Thor. Drop some mules.
Research complete.
Drop a Thor.
Not enough minerals.
And it looks like we lost that fight, right? It's okay, but guess what? We're going to revert right back to what we just did a second ago. Is my natural being pressured right now? The answer is no. I'll just fucking sit here. He's not attacking my economy, so we don't care. Let's go ahead and make a turret here. Shift click the mineral line. In case he somehow warps over there. Let's get 2-2 upgrades going. We can scan and see if he's still there. Okay. So, what can we do now? Now he's sieging my natural. So now what do we got to do? Let's go again. Let's take the excess and A-move towards it. Let's A-move our army now with Stimpak. Behind the SCVs that just got moved off. Make a new gas. Keep making SCVs. Keep macroing.
Insufficient.
Okay, this base is looking pretty good. This base is also set up. I need to take a planetary there in a second. Send some SCVs back to go mine. Transfer SCVs that are over. Take our gases here now that we're over. Make a planetary. Make a bunch of marines. And also transfer all these extra SCVs. Holy shit, that's a lot of extra SCVs. We're focusing on fixing our economy, right? Not attacking him and trying to like only make attacks happen. We're not overthinking about his attack. When he attacks our economy, we react. When he doesn't attack my economy, he just sits there with a siege tank set up. I don't give a shit. I just wait.
Not enough minerals.
Figure out how we can wait. Because why do I want to wait? If my opponent's economy is jack shit and mine's really good, the longer I wait, the further ahead I get. It forces reactions. It forces him to move forward, which it buys me more time to make more shit. But then as soon as we're actually under pressure where my natural's going to start actually dying and he's not sieged way over here, now suddenly he's sieged there. Yes, now we have to go. Okay, let's load up our medevacs. Group 1 go on the left. Group 2 go on the right.
Understood.
Check bases. SCV count currently is at 72. We're getting closer and closer to being at a really nice saturation. Transfer some SCVs to a new base. Take level 2 weapons for vehicles. And now look at my upgrades. We're about to be 2-2, guys. The next time we fight, which could be right now because you just teleported BCs in my base, this could be fucking huge. Get my Thors and high impact payload. And move towards the BCs. And now he's flying around my base again, right? You're like, oh my god, here we go again, round 2. And move the area. Let's go ahead and start throwing on some extra production. Cool. What's going on over here? A move the area. You can step back one more time. You can repair that turret. You can make a turret because it died. Repair that gas. Fix our gas. Rally point my SCVs to this base because we need to fix this base's SCV count too. On top of that, here's a cool trick: you can hit repair, hold shift, right click the gas, and it will tell your SCV to repair the gas until it's fully healed, and then they'll start mining the gas afterwards. Okay, let's make a turret here. Let's make another command center like right here. Hold shift, make a turret as well. Right click the mineral line. Let's make a planetary. SCV count currently is now done all over again. And let's drop some mules at this base. Keep making units. Make a reactor on my second starport. Make a tech lab on my second factory. Let's make a couple more reactors here. And he fucked up my drops because we didn't actually get a drop off there. Like my drops came back and died or something. We like fucked up with our select all army, right? So there's one of the drops. Here's another one. Let's do it all over again. Group 1, go left. Group 2, go right.
What?
Keep making
Command
Thors.
Center,
Keep
additional
making
supply
Marines.
depots
We're actually
required.
supply blocked. Drop a call down supply or something.
Additional supply depots required.
We're at currently 12
Add-on
production facilities as
complete.
well. We can repair that
Add-on
planetary while we're at it.
complete.
What about upgrades? 3-3? Let's start 3-3. What about these upgrades? It's about ready to go. Okay.
Additional supply depots.
And now we found a base, right? Drop that base. Drop that base. What about over here?
Additional supply
No base yet?
depots. Upgrade.
Okay, we're
complete.
maxed out. So that base is being dropped. What's going on over here?
Ready for pickup?
There's no base. Let's drop the natural then.
Here's your. Ready
Let's
for
drop some more barracks while we're at it. Really fast. He's pushing me. Okay. So now that he's pushing me, let's go ahead and get my army together. Let's move my army to the front of my base.
Research.
And now that we're at the front of my base and we're grouped up and we're not so scattered, now let's go ahead and A-move towards his army. Select all army, A-move towards his army. Okay. And let's go back to macroing at the same time. Make a bunch of Marines. Make some Thors.
Mineral
Make some
field
medevacs.
depleted.
Grab these barracks. We're now at 16. Let's make 4 more racks over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 racks can become tech labs. These final 4 racks can become reactors. Or we could do it the other way around. It's fine. Now we know where his bases are. Let's take my army and A-move towards the front of his base. Like right here. Because we know his base is right there. Because we saw the gas. We also killed that base apparently with our Marine drop. Did we micro it? No. But did it happen? Yes. Make some tech labs here. SCV count's still perfect.
ready for
Okay, let's go ahead and A-move this. Make sure my Thors are on payload. High impact payload Thors. Select all army, A-move, stim pack.
Vespene Geyser
Make a planetary.
exhausted.
Let's go take another base. Shift, make a turret.
Add-on.
Check my bases. Need to fix some SCVs there. Need to fix SCVs there. Fix SCVs there like crazy. And now look at this base. Suddenly fully saturated. And I can take double gas here. And why would I take double gas here? Because this base's gas is mining out. So now I need to replace that gas with some other base's gas. I don't really give a shit where you take it. Just make sure you're on 3 base gas. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Another player who just went for another really aggressive attack, right? Now let's watch what his attack culminated up to. What was the final result of his attack, right? So, look at the economy. Still somewhat close right now. There's been no deviation yet because my command center is still being built. But as soon as this is done, watch how our SCV count starts just going ahead of his. Look at the SCVs. He's still building them. He actually is expanding. Good for him. He didn't just go 1 base all in. He did eventually expand. But look at when he sets up his expansion. He's already behind by 8 workers. And look how he's doing the gas priority. Remember how we talked about mineral priority to gas priority? Look at that shit. It's going to not be ideal for your economy. Overall, this is an inefficient thing. This puts more pressure on this battlecruiser. And any battlecruiser to come after that. It puts more pressure on him having to deal damage to me to catch up the difference. And now what happens with this battlecruiser? It gets in my base, and let's see how much it kills. So far, 0 things have died, right? 0 death. Suddenly now, oh my god. Oh. Okay. So, up until right here, like 605 or some shit. Up until right here at this point, he killed 30 units with that battlecruiser. 30 fucking units died. 13 of those were SCVs, and 17 of those were most likely Marines. 30 units just died. That sucks. You're like, oh, that battlecruiser paid for itself. He is a commander. 30 kills? Oh, baby. Let's look at the SCV count. Even though I lost 13, I'm still ahead by 4. Would you believe it? That means before 13 SCVs died, I was ahead by fucking 17. So I'm still ahead even though 13 SCVs have died. And now let's look at the overall supply. Even though I just lost 30 units, which represents 30 supply, so I could have been at 87, because again, each one of these units that died was a 50 mineral unit, which is a 1 supply unit. 30 units died. 31 supply units died. And I'm still only behind him by 2 supply. Just 2 supply. And look what happens. This is before the battlecruiser dies. But the battlecruiser dies now because he teleported to my base, so he has no way to teleport out of my base. Battlecruiser now suddenly dies. And remember how I said I was only behind by 2 supply? Well, now I'm ahead by 5, I'm ahead by 4 supply now. So I lost 30 units and he lost 1. I've lost more than double his resource value. But I'm ahead in supply after the BC's dead, even though I lost 30 units. And I'm also ahead in workers. I'm ahead in both regards. But here's the crazy thing. Here's the craziest thing of all, okay? Not only am I ahead by the basic numbers that we see here, I'm mining more than he is, and I have more supply than he does, so it means I'm going to develop myself to be more ahead. But because my build was a mineral-based build, I have a fucking 3rd command center that's already done, and it's already about to be an orbital command. My opponent hasn't even started a 3rd CC yet. Not only that, he doesn't even have any SCVs on his natural mineral line. He has 5. I have 17. So, in terms of developing your build as time goes on, we are going to fucking smash him so hard at just developing faster and faster and faster and faster. And now look what's going to happen. My opponent will probably build a 3rd command center because he did expand up to 4 bases, but I bet there's going to be a 3rd CC here pretty soon. So again, if your build is going to expand, you might want to prioritize your minerals a bit more, right? Okay, no, just kidding. I forgot about this attack. This is what the build has led up to, right? It's the battlecruiser tank marine timing, right? So he's attacking us with the battlecruiser tank marine, and we're just sitting there macroing, going, okay, well, it's not actually sieging at my base yet. It's just in between my bases. If he's not actually killing my command centers yet, or my SCVs on my command centers, how about we just sit here? We'll just wait. I'll just build more shit.
Mineral field.
Because I know I'm building shit faster than he is, because look at that income right now, guys. I am crushing the income right now. And now, finally, there's a 3rd base starting during this.
Mineral field depleted.
And now look at the economy, right? Look at the production. Notice how there's way more shit for blue right now? It's because my opponent is so tunnel visioned on leapfrogging these tanks. And Yamato cannoning my tanks with his battlecruisers and setting up the fights. He's so obsessed with microing the situation.
Depleted.
And I'm just building until he gets to a point where he A-moves into my natural. And as soon as he overcommits, I just go, okay, time to A-move. Step back A-move. And what happens here? He micros pretty fucking well. He actually rotates both battlecruisers, and most of my units got caught killing the battlecruisers, so he actually tanked for these battlecruisers absorbed damage for his siege tanks, and the Marines killed my Vikings. That was pretty well done. He microed that like a boss. That was super good. But does it matter? Because even though he microed that really well, and he took a great fight, where I lost now 65 units and he's only lost 8, I'm still equaling his supply. Even though I let my medevacs die over there, like a derp, I'm still equaling his supply. He's taking another battlecruiser, bring it in. He's contending to push forward with his siege tanks. And now look again, what's he doing? He's once again repressuring my natural, but look at this army I've already rebuilt in the process. I already have an entire fucking page of units. My opponent's army is getting really thin. And he's sending his weak BCs home to go repair. So now, he's doing what everyone likes to call overextending, and he's going to die. Suddenly now, we're going to take this big fat supply lead. Look at that. Not ideal, right? It's because we've been macroing the entire time. And it's not even over yet. Because we have this base set up. We're going to set up another base. We have all these SCVs getting ready to transfer around. Our economy's exploding even more now. It always happens like this. And let's see he teleports 4 BCs at once into my natural. Or in my 3rd base, and then, you know, kill some more stuff. Ultimately, how many SCVs have died again? I've lost 32 SCVs again to another Terran player who's overly aggressive. 32 SCVs have died. Units died wise, I've lost 121 units. And he's only lost 23. We've lost a lot. But we're maintaining a lead the entire time because this economy tab is always in our favor. Even if we lose 32 SCVs, we're still maintaining worker lead. And here's the craziest thing as well again. Remember what we talked about upgrades? Look at his bio, right? He's how many? He's got a lot of bio still. 0, 0, stim pack list, combat shield list, Marines. What's our bio? 2, 2, stim pack combat shield. Let's look at his tanks. 0, 0. Let's look at our Thors and tanks. 1, 0. Let's look at his battle cruisers. 0, 0. He's got fucking no upgrades. 0 longevity of this game for him. Meanwhile, we're working on level 2 weapons for vehicles already, and we're about to start 3-3 for ground. Here momentarily. And there's 3-3. So shit's gonna start getting real. Before, fights were like somewhat similar to a degree. Now we're gonna start running his ass over because this is upgrades versus no upgrades. So again, here's the last fight again that we're gonna see. He shows up, and this is what it looks like. Our army doesn't even fight properly either. Half our army just sits there and dies. And then we pull back to regroup ourselves. We just lost like 12 Marines for nothing right there. Those are stupid ass AI units that we didn't micro properly because we're not microing. But look at us. We're still basically maxed out. And now we decide to take the fight. And look at this fight when we actually go for it. We just run him over. Not only because of supply lead, but also because of upgrade lead. Our units are so much stronger than his are. And at this point, yeah, it's just kind of over. It's GG. But here's the final fight, right? The battlecruisers just disappear in seconds.
One grand coffee infused with 3 drops of psionic energy, with 1 ounce of Brenda milk for cream.
Ooh, that sounds good. Thank you very much, Snackob, for the $3 dono. Thanks, dude. Okay. Okay. Nice. Looks like we need one more win. And we good. Hopefully we don't find that guy again. I don't want to end the video that way. Where we're getting 3 wins to Platinum 3. Come on. Real game. Come on. Not Specco. Okay, I got someone else. Food stamp. Okay, make the SCV. Split minerals. Stack. Send my command center to rally down to here for an SCV.
Not enough minerals.
Stack mineral patches that are remove off of far patches. Stack close patches. Like a boss. Let's go ahead and build our depot.
Not enough.
Re-rally our command center to our mineral line. And all of our close
Not
patches are
enough
stacked.
minerals.
Easy peasy. Hell yeah.
SCV ready.
And now every time we build a building, try to remove SCVs off the far patches, not the close patches. Try not to disrupt the close patches. It increases the power of our economy.
Additional supply depots required.
Big job, huh?
Nice. Nice.
SCV
Nice.
ready.
Nice, guys. Nice. Nice. Nice.
SCV ready.
Okay. Let's go ahead and saturate our gas.
SCV
Yo,
ready.
Chogler, thank you for the bits, dude. Chogler! Thank you very much for those 100 biddies. Let's go ahead and send our SCV down to his natural now, and let's make an orbital command and a marine at the same time.
SCV
There we
ready.
go. Make this barracks in our group 4. Make our command center, and let's make camera hockeys when we make our command center. So make the command center, tell the SCV to mine minerals after, grab the command center, make a camera hockey for it, shift 5, go back to main base, make a camera hockey for it, now we have camera hockeys. Easy peasy. Grab an SCV off a far patch, make another depot, re-rally the command center back to the main mineral line,
Command center
drop a
upgrade
mule, make an
complete.
SCV, we're good to go.
I'm theoretically out of silver on all 3 races according to YouTube. Maybe I should actually download SC2, thoughtful face.
You can do it, dude. I believe. Okay, our opponent once again walled us. With this time with a barracks and a depot, it's okay. But there's no natural again, guys. There's no natural again. So if there's no natural again, Let's go ahead and just build a bunker. Once again, same thing. Yo, Proxa, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Much appreciated. Let's build a bunker. This is going to happen a lot in TVT, guys. Most Terrans play insanely aggressive, especially in this matchup. This is pretty standard for Terran. Let's make another depot over here because we don't want a supply block. Make an orbital. Make another barracks. Turn this into a tech lab. Make more Marines out of that reactor. Rally point down to the natural so we can actually go fill up that bunker. Nice. Rally the natural to the natural. Drop a mule in the natural because again it's a new base. We want to definitely drop mules at the new base rather than the old base. Make a tank. Make a gas. And let's re-rally both command centers down to the natural because now we have enough SCVs to properly saturate the main base entirely with gas included because 2 are going to take taken off to go into that gas and there's already 1 building it. Nice. Put those Marines in the bunker. And the build is as it always is at this point. Grab an SCV off of a 3 patch stack. Grab another SCV off of a 3 stack patch. And there we go. Now we didn't disrupt good mining. And we saturated all patches 2 per patch. And we're good to go. We're happy. Put our first tank on the high ground. Siege that bad boy. Keep making Marines. Keep making SCVs. Let's make a couple more depots. Okay, he's attacking us with a Reaper all in. So now let's go ahead and unsiege our tank. Unburrow our bunker of Marines. Take our SCVs. Right click. Shift right click. Select all army. Attack towards him. Okay. Keep making units. Are we stopping unit production? Definitely not. Okay. Now it looks like he's leaving the base, so let's set up tanks again the way we want to set them up. 1 tank there. 1 tank again right here. Put a couple Marines in my bunker. Keep making SCVs. Let's also start a starport. And let's start our 3rd command center because we have the money for it. And let's also start our gases at our natural because again we have we already have a mineral priority, right? So now we can start taking our gases again. Mineral priority is always the priority. So we're slowly filling up gas in our main base with keeping a mineral priority. Now this is fully saturated. Let's re-rally command center back to that gas now. Because now we want to fill up that gas slowly over time. Mineral priority. Make a couple more depots. We can take our reactor on this gas. Or I mean on that starport. The space would be fully saturated if I didn't have to build 2 depots. It's all good though. Again, maintain mineral priority. We'll just keep it mineral focused for now.
I'm
Drop down a
playing
couple more
more
depots.
SC2 than I have in
It's
years
also-
and I made it to plat for the first time ever.
Yo.
All thanks to you, Vibu. Much love.
Bonus hand. Much love to you, man. Thank you very much for the bits. And I'm glad that StarCraft's it's going better for you, dude. Hell yeah. God, congrats on plat. Thank you, dude. Okay, let's start some more barracks. Because we have a lot of money now. Mineral focus is giving us lots of money. Start stim pack upgrade. We don't have that yet. We definitely need to get that. Let's get an orbital command. This SCV is trapped. It's okay. We'll eventually fix it. When we lift this off, it's not a big deal. Do not cancel the command center for that. Canceling command center loses 25% of that cost, and that's 150 mineral initial cost, so we don't want to waste that for 1 SCV to mine minerals for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay, lift off this command center. Freeing that SCV that was currently blocked. Take it there. Rally my command centers there to mine minerals. Keep making units. Let's start our upgrades and start an armory. Oh my god, we gotta fix our rally point of our command center though. Fix that crap. And, oh, nope, fix that. Okay, we're good. Transfer some SCVs over to my 3rd base.
Not enough energy.
Make some Marines. And we can start an armory for Thor production.
Yeah, whatever. SCV ready.
Meanwhile, let's go ahead and let's load up our medevacs to do a drop. Let's maybe make like 2 more depots as well while we're at it. Load up 2 medevacs. Control 1, go on the bottom side of the map. Control 2, go on the top side of the map.
Inbound.
Grab another command center. Also grab our gases because we're fully saturated.
Our SCVs
Okay.
are under attack.
He died. So grab another command center. Down there.
Hi Vibe,
Hi.
don't forget about my 1v1 redemption from last week. Gonna work out a fat fucking all-in for when we play again. Vibu Ocean Vibu Heart.
Okay. No worries. Okay, so let's go ahead and move. Let's pull my SCVs back for a second. And what's going on here? Okay, we're getting doom dropped. Okay, so let's not freak out, right? Let's not freak out. Keep macroing. Make your tanks. Let's unsiege our tanks here. And let's go like this. Grab my tanks and move forward. I'm not freaking out, guys. We're just still making... We'll rally our command centers down there, too. Pull these SCVs away. We'll drop here.
Base is under attack.
And we'll drop here.
Under attack.
Now in here, let's go ahead and siege my tanks. Let's go ahead and put my Thor and high impact payload. Let's green box my army. Let's A-move the situation.
Base
Keep making SCVs. We lost a lot of racks, so let's make some more racks now. Make racks.
mineral field. Base is under attack.
Whoops, see previous message, damn white space.
Is under attack.
Thank you, dude. Keep making units. Don't freak out. Now here's a cool thing you can do. I'll teach you guys a new unit right now. Let's make a Liberator. I'm going to show you this unit right here, a Liberator. And why am I doing that? Because he's got a lot of tanks right there that are super fucking annoying, right? Keep making SCVs. Let's take these SCVs right here and let's A-move this Reaper at my natural and then shift-click the mineral line just to get it the fuck out of there. Because, again, we don't have units to spare right now. Make this an up. Oh, I can't make it a planetary. My engineering base died, so make new engineering base. Let's make another command center while we're at it. Because we're still making money here. Keep making units.
Not enough minerals.
Make these all, make 1 tech lab and 2 reactors because he killed my entire base, so we need to recover our whole base right now. Let's make another factory for new tanks. Take these liberators and A-move the area. For now, we'll get rid of his liberators first. Keep making SCVs.
All hands to battle
Add-on
stations.
complete.
We can also start going back to making medevacs. It's all good. Okay. Make this a planetary. Get some gases here.
Out of this mess.
Retake. We'll retake a gas here in a second when we have enough SCVs for it. We can retake a command center in our main base again because it died. And if his tanks were still there, I think they all died. But if they were still there, I could siege them with liberation zones.
Course set.
It's an ability on the unit. And I would have just used it for this particular example because it would have been just defensive. Set it up once and you're good to go. Okay. Go ahead and make another tech lab on that. We're going right back into the same production we were making before. Everything's the same. Let's make a factory here. Or, sorry, a gas there. SCV count currently is on 60. We're still not great. Let's make this a planetary again.
Add-on complete.
What's going on?
Okay. And now we're starting to have a lot of minerals, but no gas. So now at this point, when you have a lot of SCVs, if you start having to be like, well, now I need to remake some gas units. I can barely afford them. It's okay if you throw a little bit of a gas parity in your build because we already have so many command centers as it is. So if you are like, okay, let's not be at 16 first. Let's go to 13 instead. Because I have so much minerals that I can't spend right now, that's okay. Let's run in a bunch more racks in our main base
Center upgrade complete.
so we can actually properly saturate our shit again. Okay, he's attacking us again. So, well, with this attack, what are we going to do? Let's go ahead and A-move towards it. Grab the mineral line, A-move towards it. We can stim pack. Call it a day. Go back to my tech lab barracks and get combat shield. Make marines. Make a Thor. Make a medevac. Make a CVs. What command center is this? Make an orbital command there. You can repair that command center too. Awesome. Okay. So, what's the supply right now? It's 32 after the fight was over. 32 versus 117. Let's go right before the fight started. What's the supply now? 48 versus 120. Why is it 48 versus 120? Because we macroed and we didn't freak out. And this is the hardest thing I did this game. Let me show you guys. Let me show you the hardest thing we did this game. This is something we're going to do a lot more when we get better at Terran. So this game was all over the place. This guy was aggressive in so many ways. Let's watch the beginning of it, okay? Let's look at the beginning of it. Thank you, Dead Baby Seal, for the 200 bits.
Vibe, I just want to say I appreciate you, man. Your SC2 content has significantly helped me get through the past year. Really excited about the new B2GM.
Yo, no worries, dude. I'm glad it's helped, and keep up the progress, dude. Hell yeah. So check this out, right? We scout his base. We see, okay, he's got a reactor racks. He's got a wall at his depot. We leave. We didn't quite see the command center before we left, so we make a bunker. It's all good. Not a big deal. And like, this is the kind of shit, right? This is what I'm talking about. No orbital for a long time is inefficient. Like, you need a fucking orbital right away. It's so important. Mules are massively important because they mine over the top of SCVs at the same time. They stack with SCVs. So important to have. Then he shows up at my base, and what happens when he shows up at my base? So far, nothing has died, and then he kills SCVs. He's now killed 7 SCVs, 8 SCVs. Or no, he killed 1 Marine and 7 SCVs. So we lost a lot of units right there. Not bad. How many units did he lose? He lost 1 Reaper for that. Seems like a great trade, right? You're like, oh damn, he made 6 Reapers and he killed 7 SCVs and 1 Marine, and he only lost 1 Reaper. On paper, yeah, holy fuck, dude, great trade. 4 to 1. I'll take a 4 to 1 trade. That's like saying I'll give you 25 cents for $1. Awesome. That's a good trade. But yet, he's still behind because he's always been behind an economy. And even though he killed 7 SCVs, that means I was at 40. And I got dropped back down to 33 versus his 32. So I still have more economy. Not only that, I have mules mining, and he has no mules because he has no orbitals. So I'm even further ahead. Thank you for the bits, Proxa and Sir Lobo, Senior Lobo. Can't even say thank you for the 9-month resub. Thank you, Senior Lobo. So now let's see the next attack, right? This Doom Drop. Let's see the Doom Drop. This is the hardest part about this game.
Yeah.
One of the best streamers, smart man, good attitude, love you vibe.
Yo, can't even say thank you so much, dude. Much love. So here's his Doom Drop, right? This is all of it. He does the Reaper attack in my 3rd. It's annoying. He does his Doom Drop in my main. It's annoying. He's already now killed 12 SCVs, yet I'm still ahead by a lot. And this is also when I'm doing my drops at the same time. These are my scout drops right here. I'm scouting them with my drops. Okay? So, this is the hardest part about all of this. I don't just select all army this time and attack towards it. John Benassi,
thank you, Vibe. You are the master and happy to be a new protogue.
A protogue. Protege. Yo, no worries. Thank you very much, dude. Atomic Kuba, thank you for the bits.
Said we're 2 away from a hype train, so just trying to help.
Thank you, dude. So this is the hardest part. It's not selecting all army and A moving towards this fight, because if I did, these medevacs would turn around and they would not drop anymore.
I hope I have the honor of losing to you when you get to Diamond 3 halves. Smile.
Yo, thank you very much, Blood Feast. Well, we'll see, right? Maybe. Thank you very much for the 500 bits, dude. But yeah, so all I have to do here, instead of selecting all army and A moving towards this, I could do that, but it would cancel my drops then. If I want to keep these going, I need to just use a different way to select my units. Like I could literally green box it. Or I could be like control 3 or some shit. And because I don't select all army, these drops continue to go. So you guys saw this aspect, right? You guys saw this. Like, we'll show it one more time really fast. You guys saw how we just green boxed it. We were like, okay, come here. Siege my shit. Thor's out. High impact payload that bad boy. And then let's go. See what happens. And what happens is these tanks destroy us with the Liberators. And we trade armies, but he actually still manages to survive with all of his tanks. Not ideal, right? This is why I said let me show you a new unit called Liberator, because Liberators could actually just kill these tanks. Easy peasy. Because I could just siege them just like he's sieging me with Liberators. Alright, Vandalay, thank you for the gifted subs.
For the hype.
Or the sub. And J-Bucks, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Bonus hand. thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. Doug, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. And S. Marriott, thank you very much for the Prime. Oh my God, guys, you guys are fucking going crazy on these subs. Thank you very much. But you guys saw what happened here, right? It was a bit of damage we took, but overall we ended up stopping it in the process. I don't know how these tanks died. I think he drove into my tank and lost them all. Yeah, that's what happened. So he did a bit of a fuck up there too, right? So you saw what happened to my base. It was like, oh dang, a little rough. But now watch this, okay? So without that happening, Doug, thank you again for another 5 gifted subs. Jesus Christ. Let's watch what happens as his fight gets here. So now let's look at his base. How we set up our drops at his base. Watch this. All we did was we dropped the back of the mineral line on the newest base that we knew existed, which was no bases on the left side, no bases on the right side. So we dropped the back of the mineral line, and we dropped the back of the mineral line. And now watch our drops. Look at our drops. You didn't even see this, guys, and you didn't see this at all. And why was that? Because we weren't fucking microing. All I was doing was I was macroing, building new shit at other bases, and trying to recover through making units and then slowly moving towards this situation. But now watch what happens with our drops. We didn't micro it once. We just said drop the back. Because we're scouting, right? And we got here, now we're going to drop it. So we drop the back right here. This is the natural drop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pretty good, right? That drop's not bad. Now look at the main drop. It's not even the only drop. We did a drop as well in the main base because we scouted both sides of the map. Here's the main drop. Fucking main drop does a lot of damage too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pretty fucking good. We just turned this guy
yeah.
into fucking nothing. We just obliterated his base with 2 scout drops. Because again, multitasking is not really a factor at this league right now. And all we focused on the entire time while this happened with our scout drops was we went, okay, well, he's in my base, so I'll just go ahead and grab my army. I'm not going to select the army, otherwise it would fuck up my scout drops. I'll just green box it and go back here and just chill. I'll just chill. And I'll just slowly try to make use of the situation. I'll like siege a tank.
Yeah.
I'll when he pushes forward, I'll attack him with stim pack. And then meanwhile, am I staring at the whole time? No, I'm macroing. Because look at this. Here's a good example. Look at my income, right? Look at my income.
Yeah.
This is another good example. Look at my income. 2,400 minerals a minute. Look at my opponent's income. 200 minerals a minute. Okay. Now look at the total resources. I have 165 minerals. My opponent has 1,700.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It means that I'm mining a lot more than my opponent, but I'm spending it because I'm macroing in the process. Look at that. Look at the macro. My opponent has a lot of minerals in the bank, and he's not really mining shit. And why is that? Because he's not macroing. He's literally building nothing. Oops, I did not mean to do that. He's building fucking nothing. He's just sitting there. Because he's tunnel visioning the fight. He is 100% tunnel visioning. He's getting overwhelmed. He's freaking out. Because he's trying to do more than he can handle. Because he's trying to focus so goddamn hard on this attack. And yeah, the attack, it looks like it did a lot, right? I lost almost my entire main base. But I am not afraid to rebuild my main base somewhere else. I don't care. It's macro. Oh, I lost 3 racks. 2 of them had reactors, 1 had a tech lab. Guess what? I built them over here. I lost my factory. Guess what? I rebuilt it right there. I don't give a shit where I build it. I just build it somewhere else. Right? Thank you again for another 10 subs, Doug, and another 5 subs, Daticus. Another 20 fucking subs, Doug. Oh my good God. Jesus. Cheese and rice, dude. Good. Holy shit, guys. Bible gift in the chat.
The Fibonacci is with you tonight.
Bible gift. You guys are supporting me like crazy. What is this? Like 100 subs? Something like that. That sub count over there is going to probably update, like right here. Shit's going to update in a second, dude. My God. Thank you so much, all you guys, for all the support, dude. Doug, thank you for the massive whopper at the end there as well. Good. Holy shit. That's like, Doug, for you alone, that's like 45 subs or something
And
just
level
now.
3.
Or like 50 subs. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the bits, French Baguette, and thank you again for the sub, Lightforge, for the 17-month resub, dude. Train hype. Yeah. And there we go, guys. Hell yeah. And also here, like, remember how that final push happened, right? All these reasons is why he's doing it. What is he doing again? Guys, why is he not really macroing? Why is he building no SCVs? Why has this mineral line been this way forever? Because he's not macroing. Why is his minerals have no priority? Why does his gas have a priority? Because he's not fucking macroing. Because he's putting the entire game on the shoulders of these two medevacs, being like, hopefully that'll win. Because he's all attack, no macro. This is what I don't want you to do as a player trying to learn how to play StarCraft. This is going to fuck you. Blood Feast Rambo, thank you for the 10 gifted subs as well. And also your own sub. Jesus. Thank you, guys. Oh, my God. And there you have it. And there's our Plat 3, boys. Oh, my God.
Oh,
we're getting better.
Yeah.
And the bird. Anyways, I hope this is I hope you guys are all watching and it's starting to make sense. Everything's coming together. Thank you guys very much for watching though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wish you the best of luck in your adventures into Platinum League now, and I'll see you guys in the next video in Platinum 3 to Platinum 2. So good luck to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone on Twitch as well for all the fucking super support. Holy God, we just got like 100 subs during the end of that game right there. Jesus. And guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Take it easy. Much love.